Okay. Yay, finally. Good Lord. And I think the camera is crooked, you guys. My gosh. Okay. Can we get it a little more straight? So apologies for the tardiness. It wasn't connecting to my camera and my microphone. It's been an issue I've been having with YouTube lately. It doesn't want to connect. So I have to keep coming out and coming back in. Anyway, hi, I'm Jess. I am the owner of my Taropist. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. So we are doing an All Signs Live right now, and it is called The X Factor. And we've done this before. This came as a request. And just so we're clear, everyone is just dying to know how is their ex feeling now, what's going on with their ex. We're doing things a little bit differently. So we are going to take a look at the ex's feelings, but because we focus on grounded tarot that promotes clarity, self-reflection, personal growth, the angle that we're really taking with this is let's take a look at the past relationship and see what happened, what we can learn from that experience so that we can grow and have a better relationship the next time. And yes, we will also see how is this person doing? What are they feeling now? Because I know you're all dying to know, but it's not really meant to spy on your ex. It's really meant to kind of take a look at ourselves, because as we grow and evolve as adults and human beings on this planet, in this incarnation, it's really important that we look at all of our experiences from the lens of, okay, what can I learn from this? And how can I grow from this experience? If we spend all of our time looking outward, then we're not really growing inwardly, which is what we all want to do, right? So that's what we're looking at today. Hold on. So whether there's an ex you're curious about or a past relationship you still have questions about, this reading is for you. And even if not, stick around and just hang out with us, catch the vibes. It's going to be a good time. I promise. It always is. I hope so anyway, for y'all. For all y'all. After the live, I am going to take a few questions, preferably 3, but if I have good energy and it seems right and there's enough people who want, then I can take a couple more. But the link for that is pinned. So preferably PayPal. If you need to do Cash App, you can ask in the chat and I'll let you know what that is. And Super Chat if you have no other means to contribute. It's $15 per question. But again, no worries. It's I'm just leaving it open in case anyone needs it. We just did questions on Sunday as well, and we will be doing them after all of our lives. I posted the live schedule for this week already on the channel. So if you missed it, check it out. I'm going to be on a lot this week, or you'll have a lot of availability to connect with me this week, okay, via tarot on YouTube and also on Hipsy. I'm going to be trying to come back on Hipsy, experimenting and seeing how that goes with one-on-ones. The way I do is I do phone calls, because trust me, you don't want to wait for me to text you back, because first of all, I don't know if you have noticed when I hold the cards, but I have these massive hammer thumbs and they are awful for texting. I also have a touch of the arthritis, so it's not comfortable for me, and I have to write I use the computer a lot for my day job, so it's not, so I need to save my fingers for that. So that's the real tea. It's just better if you just call me, okay? So it's set up for that. I have Hipsy set up for one-on-one calls, okay? So I'll be on tomorrow doing that, and check the schedule. I'll share about it. Again, before I go on, also follow me on Instagram, because I'm sharing stuff in my stories on Instagram, so you know what the schedule is there too. And I'm newly on Threads, so check that out. I'm going to be sharing a discount code on Threads for new peeps if you haven't gotten a reading from me before. So all that and a bag of chips is what this is. Okay. But how you doing, chat? Thank you, Darcy Boo. How cute. I love the cute little cute. I love the cute. Okay. I'm one of those girls who in elementary school used to trade stickers with, at recess and had a sticker book. And so I like all those kind of things. So anything cute. Angel Reigns first in the chat. Angel Reigns. You guys also, Siva. Hey, boo. Hey, thanks for being here, boo. Appreciate you. Thanks. Thank you. Yes, do all the things Siva said. Like, subscribe, set the notification bell to all so you get all the notifications from Jess, and also YouTube as well, because if you don't have YouTube on, then you don't get any channels. Comment please do comment. Don't forget to comment after the live, even if you're in the chat. It helps too. And then also share the video. Yeah, if you know people that love tarot and you watch other readers on YouTube and you see people in there and you're like, you're not in Jess's chat, don't share it during the readers live. That's rude. Don't ever do that. I respect my fellow readers enough. I'm not going to do that. But, if you happen to be able to DM them or something like that, do that. They're like, oh, you like this reader? You may like Jess. Be kind, share. And then hype up the video after the live. Woohoo. Thank you, Siva. Nixie, hey boo, hey. Thanks for popping in. Thank you for popping in and your support and for your support. If you didn't, hopefully you caught me saying that to you. Hey Janet, hey boo, hey, over there at Soul Latte Tarot. And again, hey Darcy. Hey everyone. All right, let's go. Siva's on it. So we're gonna go Aries to Pisces, you guys. And so again, this is kind of an not just an exploration of the ex, but of the past relationship and all that. All right. So let's get into it. And you guys, please continue to say prayers for Bojangles and also for Kenya, who's part of our community here and is going through a rough time, and for everybody in the collective going through a rough time. Gosh, okay, the camera is going to be an issue, isn't it? Aren't you? Sorry, I'm gonna have to tape it down or something. 1 second. I'll let some more people come into the chat and you guys chat amongst yourselves. I'm trying to, sorry about that. Hold on. It's weird I have to tape it, but hopefully that holds it down. I'll have to fix it after. Okay. But hopefully that'll last and hold up at least for the live. Okay. Newbie me. Hey boo, hey. How are you doing? All right, you guys ready? We're gonna start with Aries. All right, Aries people. Hey Aries people, how are you doing, boo? All right, let's get right into it. What happened in your last relationship? I just really want to use this kitty cat deck. It's calling to me, even though it seems like a strange one to use for this. And if I feel called to another one, you know what I'll do. I'll change. All right. Yesterday was Black Cat Appreciation Day. So I appreciated all of my black kitties that I've had past and present. All right. Aries. Tell me about the ex that may be on Aries' mind, this past relationship. We'll try to get clues too, in case it's sometimes the energy that comes through is not who you're thinking of. That happens often, so we'll see. Try to clarify who it is. All right, Aries, Aries. Tell us about this past relationship. What happened? Oof. Okay, someone ghosted. For some of you, this was like a hit it and quit it kind of thing. Either literally it was like a hookup and then someone ghosted you, or vice versa. Flip it, switch it, reverse it if you need to. You know the drill, okay? And yes, you can cross watch if you'd like to, or whatever. If you want to know their perspective, that's fine. I'm totally cool with that on this channel. But I'm getting a very strong energy of like either it flamed up. There was a lot of passion initially. Ace of Wands, okay. And then someone got too stuck in their head and retreated. So 8 of Swords to the Moon. Could have been dealing with a fire sign, Pisces energy here. I feel like somebody here was feeling a lot of pressure around maybe the future. Maybe they felt like, listen, I was just here for a fun time, not a long time. Again, this is giving an energy, though, of someone who didn't communicate what they were feeling, what they were thinking, what they were going through. So this could be someone who was avoidant. It could be someone that let's see what was going on. What was that? It's someone that I feel like really wanted to take things slow. And maybe with this energy, it just felt like, whoa, this is a lot all at once, right? So why did they get stuck in their head? What happened there? I heard some of you, it may have been a lack of sexual compatibility. If you did hook up, someone here may have felt like, we actually weren't really quite as compatible as I thought we would be. The attraction was definitely there, but maybe something about the actual compatibility that can happen. 6 of Cups. So someone wasn't really over their past. It seems like they maybe had some baggage that was bleeding into this connection, or something maybe was triggering. Maybe again, they hadn't really let go of the past yet, or fully moved on, or processed what had happened in their previous connection. They needed to take some more time for self-reflection. Could have been dealing with someone who had strong Sagittarius placements, which does match this fire energy here. Also, maybe Virgo. So someone who maybe was possibly very initially had that excited energy, like a Sagittarius kind of energy, like, oh yes, this is a fun adventure, let's go for it. But then quietly became very analytical after the fact and retreated into their comfort zone. Okay. So again, giving that maybe someone was here for a good time, not a long time. There was a lot of excitement, but then got really too much in their head. Started to get afraid. And instead of communicating that fear, they avoided the communication. So what can my Aries people learn from that? What can they learn from that? Okay. Wow, that's funny, Aries. Okay, so you have the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords came out for you, boo, but then the Ace of Wands underneath that. So it's like, maybe you need to get a little hit it and quit it. No, I'm just playing. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I think you need to do, honestly, is to be really clear about what it is that you want. Okay. And to really, before you get into this energy with somebody, define. I'm hearing my little baby cousin go, define your terms. Define your terms. She's a teacher. Define your terms. You may need to really clearly communicate what it is that you want and make sure that you're on the same page. First of all, get clear with yourself about what you want, and then communicate that clearly with the person before you get to this. Okay. It also is giving that, be careful if you're now, maybe you were the one that wasn't ready, but before you jump into something new with somebody, also figure out, are they really over their ex? Are you? Like, have you really cleared that energy, or are you still kind of holding on to those old wounds? 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords, right? Are you ready to really engage in something new with somebody? Or have you, do you still have some healing to do, or processing to do, reflection to do, like we're doing right now? So I'm also getting to 6 of Swords is also to me saying, Try not to be so defensive. And I'm not seeing that there was actually any sort of altercation or fight or argument or anything like that. It just very clearly looks like it got hot and then someone disappeared. So I feel like, though, when you do communicate, first of all, yes, make sure that you moved on from whatever past situation you had, but put your swords down. Don't, if there's an energy that maybe is being projected, that like, oh, I'm not someone that you feel safe or comfortable with talking to or communicating your feelings with, maybe think about putting down your sword, looking at ways to more constructively communicate what you're thinking, what you're feeling with people, or being able to work together to resolve whatever conflict is there, right? Maybe somebody shut down before that you had the opportunity to do that. So how is this person feeling? How are they feeling now about Aries, about the past situation? How are they feeling now? Hey, Annabelle. Hey, Boo. Hey. Hey, Mojo Jojo. All right. Oh, they've closed that chapter, Boo. World on the bottom, the 8 of Cups was the main energy that came out. So are they sad about it? Maybe a little bit. I feel like they did have fun with you, so I take it back. Maybe there was compatibility, or at least there was some fun and excitement. Like, somebody here definitely had the big O, right? Somebody here was definitely turned on, all the way on. So, like I said, the attraction was there, never left. But have they moved on? Yes. For some of you, there may have been distance between the two of you too. Okay. That may have also been a factor. It didn't show up initially, but it's there now. So, but I do feel like, or someone was very like dominant when it came to the attraction or activity. Like they were, again, that initial like boom, whatever you guys felt initially was big, strong attraction, strong sexual energy. But they're now feeling like they've closed that chapter and they have moved forward. Do they have some regrets? Maybe. Are they a little sad about it? Maybe. But they've definitely moved forward. So that door is closed, Boo. So that is what I have for you, Aries people. Let's go to Taurus. Sunny D. Yeah, Sushi wants to read, I guess. That dog drives me nuts. And all my neighbors think he's so cute. Girl, like all the neighbors are obsessed with Sushi and they just love him. I have a neighbor that talks to him across their balconies and is like, you know, giving him little, I'm like, I go, I walk by and I see them like, I'm like, he drives me nuts, man. But everyone just thinks he's so cute. I mean, he is cute to look at, not to listen to. Anyways, I'm gonna go to Taurus. Oh my god, I like seriously, I cannot. All right, Taurus. Ugh. Hi, Taurus. All right, what's going on with your ex, boo? What's the dealio? And that past relationship, what can we learn from the experience? What really had happened there? Wow, that was this cat going. She's going crazy right now. The animals are going crazy right now. Makes me a little nervous. All right, Taurus, what happened? What can we learn from it? How do they feel now? How do they feel about you now? Come on. And so we're doing this, and the next live that we're gonna do, Taurus and everybody, is the next soulmate connection. So we're dealing with the past so we can move forward to the new. It's the flow this week. It's the flow. Let's wrap it up so we can go forward. All right. Taurus. What happened? Oh my. Well, Six of Pentacles want to come out reverse. Someone wasn't giving to this, I guess. And you have the Hanged Man on the bottom. Wow. Someone went into this with a really strong wound of rejection, is what it looks like here. And there was a lack of reciprocity, is what it's giving. Someone didn't trust, also possibly Taurus, that this connection with you had what it would take to be sustainable long term. I keep hearing this, so I'm just gonna say it. Someone, whether it was you or them, I feel like had some certain ideals or expectations around what they really want, what they are holding out for, and it may have felt like something was either lacking here in the connection with you, or that gave them doubts, or again, it could be that they were still holding on. Yeah, see, they hadn't taken enough time, I feel like, to another one. This is why we're doing this, because we need to heal from our past. We need to learn, reflect, and move forward and integrate the learnings so that we don't hurt each other. Because when you're not taking enough time to like really process and to heal from what hurt you, then you're going to carry that baggage into the next thing. They thought they were over it, but they weren't over it really. But why is the Seven of Swords here? I just feel like they didn't have what it took to give to this. Someone maybe wasn't communicating consistently or giving consistently. Maybe you were getting like little hits, of something from them, but then not enough. Or maybe it was very one-sided and one person was giving and the other person just was taking and not giving anything back. Why the Seven of Swords, though? Someone I feel like was like really in their own world. It's giving to me that also someone, again, was feeling like they were in their own world, in their own head, only seeing maybe their perspective, having a really hard time seeing both sides of this, or again, had this very idealized version of what they felt like their relationship should be, or like long-term loving connection should be. And when something wasn't hitting, instead of actually talking about it and working through it, it's like they would just not give, not reciprocate. So 5 of Wands. So someone here also may have doubted or questioned whether somebody was in another connection, or there was something else that they were, or someone else that they were dealing with. Whether that was you or them. I saw this earlier. I feel like somebody here was a little bit selfish. 9 of Cups in the upright, not in the reverse, but I feel like someone might have been a little bit selfish, but I'm also getting that someone needed to work more on self-love. It could have been, again, that somebody was here focused more on like their work, their career, trying to make money, their responsibilities, like everything but this relationship. It was like, what do I need? What do I want first? Instead of like really connecting with you and looking at this, like there's nothing here that's indicative of we're in this together, we're a team, we love each other, we care about each other. No, it's like two people in two different worlds, and they weren't really meeting because somebody couldn't take themselves out of their own little bubble and their own little sphere of experience and like meet the other halfway, right? Or engage with the other person in a real meaningful way. I'm also getting there's such a lack of emotional connection when it comes to like a connection, right? So the water here is all like going back to myself. Everything I'm giving to myself, I'm meeting my own emotional needs, I'm meeting my own physical needs, I'm meeting my own needs, but I'm not really taking care of you. So I don't like it either, but I mean, these are exes for a reason, right? So what can Taurus learn from this experience? What can Taurus learn from this experience? I don't know why I heard don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Well, yeah, I mean, we always can learn something. Sometimes relationships aren't meant to be romantic, but they can be salvageable as like friends or acquaintances or just like somebody that, you know, I invite to the group hang or whatever, you know, or if I need a +1 for something, they can come through in a pinch or whatever. But I think sometimes when we put so much of that, like, this has to be my 10 of cups, this has to be my 10 of discs. And that's why I think it's just good to like be respectful towards one another as we're dating and be really open and honest and clear in our communication with each other. Because best case scenario, and I'm a witness to this because I have been and maintain friendships with many people that I have dated or went on a date with or had a relationship with or a situation, because I'm a communicator and that's important to me. And as long as the other person can meet me there and we don't hurt each other or treat each other really disrespectfully, or if something happens, we talk through it, we work through it, then it's great because I still value the human being and the connection that we can have that doesn't have to be sexual or romantic, right? So I think sometimes like with that, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, is like maybe Taurus evaluating your connections not just from a purely romantic lens, but like, okay, do I like this person? Can we connect in a different way if it's not going to work out this way, right? Taurus, what does Taurus need to learn? Queen of Wands. Oh, boo. Keep your head up. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. You gotta be kinder to yourself, boo. You gotta remember who the F you are, okay, friends? Listen, take a little bit more time in between connections here, possibly potentially to heal, to get yourself back on solid ground, to feel more whole and complete, to take care of your emotional needs, to feel that sense of safety and security and, you know, feel regulated within. Take the time that you need. Don't try to necessarily fill that hole or that void with another relationship, but care for yourself and take care of yourself. Treat yourself well. If you need to, like, for some of you, it feels like you need to remember who you are. Some of you Taurus people, and do watch all of your placements on these, especially do watch your Venus too, right? But some of you Taurus people, I feel, you know, are allowing these wounds to like impact your sense of self or self-worth. And don't allow that to happen, boo. Don't take one person's rejection as like an overall assessment of your character and your worth and your value as a human being, right? I also am getting like very strongly like some of you Tauruses need to treat yourself, some beauty treatments, some spa treatments, whatever is going to make you feel really good. Is the camera still moving? Oh, you're going to piss me off, man. Really? Okay. So remember, you are vibrant, you're sexy, you got it like that. Okay. Carry yourself with that confidence and that charisma. What does this ex feel right now? What are they feeling? What are they feeling about the Taurus, the connection? Ooh. They feel like you rejected them? Or something was said here that they felt was hurtful. They could feel like you owe them an apology. Or maybe they feel like they do you. It's done for them too, boo. It's done. Do they think about it sometimes? Yeah. Do they think about what could have been? Yeah, I think so. A little bit. But they're in the Ten of Swords energy. So it's the end of that cycle for you guys. And they do feel like something, again, may have been said that was hurtful. They may feel like there still needs to be apology or forgiveness happening on one side or the other. I feel like this is one where some time has passed between, like, since you guys have been together. And it is giving a little bit of like there's been some healing on their side. I feel like this person may still entertain a conversation, but they're coming from a place of like, you hurt me really badly and your actions, your words, what have you. So you owe me some kind of like apology. They may feel like you need to take the initiative. Someone here is being quiet, silent right now, still thinking about this, but not entirely from a positive lens. I just feel like it's one of those situations where enough time has passed that it's not feeling as like sharp, the pain, it's dulled a little bit. They're still remembering some things fondly, but it's definitely over for them in their mind, and didn't end very well in their mind either. So that's what I got for you, Taurus. All right, moving on to Gemini. Sushi has insecurity issues. He's just very protective. He's guarding his castle, He's got a job to do. And it just so happens that his castle is right above a parking lot, right next to a library, and right next to a street. So there's a lot of people and cars and things passing by. And then there's a bird full of trees over there, and pigeons and doves flying around all the time. And also, kagaros and seagulls. So like, he's got a lot of action that he's got to always be on guard for. Hey, 22 steps. Yeah, boo. It's been a long time. How are you? It's good to see you. Oh man. No, Sushi is my neighbor's dog, but so I live in an apartment that is on the base, not the ground floor, but below ground level. It's called the cave apartment. And so I have a patio that is enclosed because the walls that go to the ground floor go up around encircle my patio. So there's no way for like Bo. So when Bo was feeling better when we first moved here, and he was an escape artist, there's no way he could climb the walls. So I always enjoyed that because he can be outside, which he loves, without having to me worry about him sneaking away. So, and it gives me lots of natural light. But my neighbors next door live in a house that is has a patio that's above my cave, which is where Sushi is. So Sushi overlooks my patio. So he's on a patio that's over my patio. And so he's always out there right outside my patio doors. So yeah, hope that made sense. It's a little confusing, but essentially, yeah, his patio is above my patio. So he looks over mine and is always barking. So all day, every day, and at night too. It's annoying. All right, Gemini. Hi, Gemini. It's me, Jess. Let's take a look at your past relationship. Ooh, I forgot to give signs for Taurus. Anyways, I'll remember to do that moving forward again, to give you signs in case that resonates with y'all. All right, so Gemini, what about this past relationship? What actually happened there? What happens? And then we'll take a look at what you need to learn from it and what your ex is currently feeling. This little girl is playful today. I haven't had a young cat around for a long time, so this foster cat is She's the youngest cat I've had around for a long time, and I forget how much energy they have and how playful they are. And it's like it really like makes it more clear how geriatric but really is, because yeah, he has not had this kind of energy in forever. And Zimmy was never this playful. He was always just like a sleep and eat, like a Garfield cat. Anyway, Gemini, sorry, Gemini, Gemini. All right, tell us about this past relationship. You too? Good Lord. There's a recurring theme. It's almost like, we'll see if anyone else is different. I really want to see something different. Because wow. Well, Taurus was a little bit different. This reminds me of Aries. So I don't know if you dealt with an Aries, but you were dealing with an overthinker, man. You were dealing with somebody who was an overthinker. Hanged Man, the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Swords. There wasn't enough clear, open communication. Ooh, I also feel like somebody might have also been easily triggered and argumentative. So I don't know if like someone maybe like to instigate fights or like to play sort of mind games. And that's really clear here. So it could be that someone was intentionally doing this. Magician, Seven of Swords, Five of Swords, like they were intentionally trying to mess with your head and get in your head. I don't know. I'm not sure if it was quite intentional or not, but there's giving a lot of mind games and mental manipulation. And it's giving someone who was very stuck in their head. But that, again, could have been the result of someone's mind games, mental manipulation. And again, getting a little bit of like, they may have tried to instigate fights on purpose or tried to for some of you, sorry, I'm coming back to that, but for some of you, this could have been someone that either you were married to or someone had proposed marriage. Okay. Page of Cups, the Hierophant, the Empress, a lot of Taurus energy coming through here. Knight of Swords, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I don't know if there's also an age difference. Magician, Gemini energy, your energy is here. But it's funny because it does feel like there was either possibly, again, an engagement, like someone proposed marriage or wanted to be married, or you were. There was definitely an indication that there was a future here, or there was a thought of or conversations around a future. Maybe you guys lived together. Could have been Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah. I feel like you had a really strong start with this person. Like initially out the gate, you felt that too. Cops, like you're like, oh yeah, I'm ready for you to take me off the market. Like I don't need to look anymore for, yeah, exactly. It's just like, I don't need to look anymore for anybody else. Like I feel like I found my person. Like strong feeling of that in the beginning, a lot of emotion in the beginning. So again, someone here could have a water placement. You may have lived together, like I said, or you talked about living together or getting married, all these kind of things, right? So there's, and again, I said this before, again, could have been an age difference. Someone here could have been a parent or have had kids also from a previous relationship. Not for everybody on that one. Could have been pets, you know how I am. I have to include the pets and the children. But there's something here where there was a level of distrust and mental manipulation and some fights that somebody maybe instigated. Sometimes people pick fights to play games, you know? Can I get under your skin? It may have been a situation like that, but this got somebody all up in their head. And I feel like the way it ended is kind of looking like somebody just went quiet, went silent, ghosted, stopped talking to the other person, blocked the other person, something to that effect. So Yeah, that's what it looks like happened, boo. Um, I'm just like, what I'm missing is what happened between this, like, I see a future with this person, I could marry them, we are married, whatever that is, right? Uh, I'm committed to you fully. I'm like, let the rest of them go. You're the one for me. So there's like, and this mutual attraction and this mutual, like, yeah, we're planning a future. Like, what happened? Okay, that's what I need to know. I need to know. I need to know. Maybe you do too, Gemini, but I really need to know, because it's like, whoa, where did this all of a sudden somebody stop trusting the other person? Where did the distrust come in? What was that about? Oh, that's crazy. Because in my mind, I'm looking at this Seven of Swords and I'm like, it has something to do. I wish I had said it out loud. You guys would have been like, oh my God, Jessica. No, I'm not trying to impress anybody, but I literally looked at the Two of Swords and I was like, it has something to do with the Two of Swords. And the card that came out was the Two of Swords. So it did have something to do with the Two of Swords. For some of you, it may have had to do with a decision around having children or about children or about living together, moving in together. Maybe you weren't actually on the same page. Somebody here might have lied about something here. Like, for example, you know what it is, Gemini. But for example, someone might have said, "Oh, I'm okay with you having kids," and then they really weren't. Or I'm okay with having kids. I want to have kids, but they really didn't. Or I don't want to have kids, but they really did. So there's something here where there was a decision that I feel like you made collectively as a couple around your future together, around these future plans that you had. And again, it maybe did involve children or not involve children, or the wedding itself, or the marriage itself, or what kind of marriage you would have, or what kind of future you were planning together, is strongly what I'm getting. There was something here about the investment around your future where there was a lack of alignment and there was dishonesty on somebody's side around what it is that you both really wanted. And somehow that turned into conflict. And I feel like instead of looking at this relationship holistically and being like, well, we have all these other great things going for us and this relationship and this connection. Let's talk about this. Let's work through it. Someone just bailed, or they picked a fight, or they played a mind game, or they did something where they withdrew and didn't openly communicate with you with what was going on in their head. They started to think about it and started to have a different perspective around things. But instead of communicating it with you, they just like went silent or blocked, or just, and went to in their head. They didn't want to actually have the conversation. I also feel like in the process of your relationship here, somebody matured and changed. So the person that they were or you were when you guys met maybe evolved, and they may have like thought, I don't know if we're still on the same page anymore. And that could have been around a decision or a conversation you had in the past about the future of the relationship, or it could have just been them. There's a lot of this energy if somebody was doing a lot of internal processing and not communicating it with their partner. And I feel like they made a decision. I just rather start fresh and start new, this new version of myself and what I want and need, rather than try to fix whatever is broken here or have those more difficult and challenging conversations. They maybe met somebody else as well, or there was a new idea of like in the future, this new version of myself and what I want and I need, and maybe something different than what Gemini was giving me. But they, again, didn't communicate it. They left you in this like state of, ambiguity, and just went along on their merry way. Maybe they moved. Yeah, they went to follow their own bliss and just left you kind of high and dry there, boo. So, all right, sorry that went longer, but that was that was interesting. What can you learn from that? I didn't intend for that one to go so long, but I there was a piece of the puzzle that was missing there. Okay. So what can Gemini learn from this? What they wanted, I'm hearing what they wanted, what they needed changed, Gemini. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's an immaturity, though, in that mind game sort of energy. All right. What can Gemini learn from this? Go after what you want, boo. Don't hesitate. You're ready. I feel like whatever Gemini I'm talking to, either you're already in a relationship right now. It could be with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, maybe fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So either you already are committed now in something brand new that's better suited for you. You got that 10 of Pentacles there. After this heartbreak, you found your happiness again with something new. Leo energy, Cancerian energy. Yeah, you got a lot of new, good. That's progressing towards a 10 of Pentacles. So if you're not in it right now, this new, good that I'm seeing right in front of me, then this is like, go after it and hotly pursue it. If you want commitment, you're ready for it. Clearly you were ready for it back then. Then don't lose sight of what it is that you want. Go after it. Don't hesitate. Take the leap. If there's somebody here in your energy that you're already fancying, then go for it, boo. It looks like you've got a massive green light. The sun, the chariot headed towards the sun, right? With the Page of Wands there lighting that fire behind its ass. So like, go after what it is that you want, boo. Go after your happily ever after. You deserve it. You have new love coming after some kind of rejection and heartbreak. I feel like you have already evolved and changed and grown a lot since that experience. Probably a lot's happened. Again, some of you I'm seeing are already in a relationship. If you're not, then it's just saying you're already clearing what you want, then go after it. Go after and pursue it. Basically kind of like what to learn is like, don't let whatever happens in a situation like that, especially if there's a level of immaturity. Also, I'm seeing kind of like some of you maybe need to date a little older. Maybe you need to leave young ones behind for some of you Geminis. But you like, if how do I say this? Don't, like, if somebody's gonna do you dirty like that, don't, what is the expression? Pay them smoke. Don't dwell on it. You already know what you want. Go after it. You'll find it in somebody else, somebody who's more mature, stable, ready for commitment. Don't waste time with like immature folks. How does your ex feel now? Geminis went way too long. I can't take that long on the rest of them. Gemini, I don't know why Gemini. Why am I lingering on yours? I don't know. How does the Gemini's ex feel now about them, about the past situation? Sorry about that, but it was kind of really juicy. Oh, leave them alone. They still have trust issues. They still feel like you lied to them about something, possibly. I don't think that they're fully over it. This is one that doesn't look over it. 7 of Swords, Temperance in reverse. the Five of Swords in reverse. This is giving someone who is mentally unwell and unstable, boo. So I feel like you dodged a bullet there, truly. Yeah, I don't know that this person is in a very good mental state. I wouldn't engage with them. I don't care that they're butthurt about it or feel like, you stole something from them or whatever. Maybe you feel like they stole something from you and they don't want to deal with it. Either which way, this is someone who is not mentally totally well and is seeing things from a false perspective. Like they're not willing or able to see your side truly. So I would leave them definitely alone and, like I said, pursue this new good. Okay, boo? All right, moving on to Cancer. Lordy. Gemini's person, cuckoo bananas, okay? Wow, Gemini, what you dealing with? Oh my God. Okay, give me a second to deal with this freaking camera again. Sorry, I'm gonna mute this so you don't hear the tape. Okay, I hope that keeps us straight-ish. I will fix this after. By the next live on Thursday, we will not be having these issues. Okay. Anyways. Delusional, yeah, mentally, very mentally unstable. Girl cats are crazy. Darcy. Hey Barbie. Now she's chilled out. She got all of her energy out. I'm glad she can play by herself because I don't have enough time to play with her. Like I need to get like a teaser toy for her. I don't know if she'd like him. She wasn't very playful the first like few days of being here, and then she got super playful. I think as she's getting more comfortable. Christina, hey boo, hey. Yeah, just did. Thanks, Jojo. We just did Gemini. Now we're on Cancer. Okay. Cancer. Where your claws at? Get your claws out. Snippity snap. All right. Cancerian, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whichever Cancer placement you want to watch for. Or if you're watching for the X, my lovely crotch watchers. All right, let's go. Cancer, what happened with your ex? Gosh, where is everybody? It's a little quiet in here. All right. Cancer, what happened with that ex? We will have timestamps after. I'm taking a couple questions after if you guys want to do that. There's a pinned comment in the chat. Oh man, really? All right, Jojo. See you later. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you. All right, Cancer, what happened in this past relationship? Oh, that's interesting. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I don't know, but what happened? No, honestly. So what I'll say is this. It may have been that somebody just didn't want to put in the work and the effort needed to maintain or sustain the relationship. You have 8 of Pentacles, so it does feel like the whatever this relationship was, somebody or both of you were deeply committed. 8 of Pentacles energy. Okay. But I have underneath that the 4 of Swords. And then I have the 8 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. And the 3 of Wands, you could have been dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. King of Wands is here. I feel like a little bit of maybe what I'm seeing, Boo, is there may have been initially a little bit of a struggle to commit. It could have been that somebody was too worried about other people's thoughts or feelings or opinions, maybe family or other people. It could have been that somebody here was afraid of being hurt or heartbroken, or was still kind of getting over or repairing their heart from something that was hurtful. But I'm getting that you guys maybe struggled a little bit when it came to the future, like your future plans or ideas on, where this relationship was headed or where you guys would go or how it would work out. There may have been also some power struggles here between the two of you and hurt feelings as a result of that. Okay. So some arguments or some struggle. And again, it feels to me, I'm going to say it again, like whichever Cancer I'm reading for, there may have been like a little bit of like outside influence as well that kind of maybe interfered. But it kind of feels like there was this sort of struggle that was difficult to kind of get through or heal from. 5 of Wands, 8 of Cups, the 4 of Swords. So someone maybe avoided conflict or didn't really want to work through those issues, and instead maybe went a little quiet instead of really dealing, or retreated instead of dealing. Maybe you thought things were better or healed between the two of you. But again, maybe there was a lack of somebody putting in ultimately like the real work, or there was a struggle to feel like, I don't know if you're really committed to this. Like, I know you're here, but also I don't know if you're fully committed, because again, maybe somebody tended to check out emotionally, with communication. So maybe someone was more prioritized or focused on work than they were on the connection itself. So it's a little bit of kind of all of that, so take what's yours, leave what's not yours. Did someone actually leave this connection? I want to figure out what to clarify. Let's clarify both. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, I'll tell you what. That's what it's giving, man. I don't need to clarify the other ones because it's telling the story that I felt, which is I feel like you guys had a really good connection. Gemini energy coming through now. I have also Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, if that resonates with you. But I'm getting that you guys had a great like initial connection. You chose each other. You chose this connection in the beginning. Maybe you had really great conversations. There was a good friendship and a good energy of cooperation and partnership. But I feel like when it came to like the hard stuff, the more difficult stuff, someone here felt like it's too much work, it's too much responsibility to make this connection happen or to continue to sustain it. So I'd rather go look for something new and pour into that, or I'm looking for something that's a little lighter, a little less laborious than this, and decided, I'd rather just check out than continue to put in the work that it's going to take to retain this. It could be like that again, with that sort of outside interference I was feeling and this sort of work or responsibility energy. Could be that someone already had a lot on their plate, a lot of responsibilities, maybe work stress, maybe family stress, and that also maybe contributed. So it's like this feels like, again, whenever that struggle came up, earned or not, it made someone feel like, oh God, this is too much. Like, I'm just gonna, I just need to get out of this, rather than let me work through this because I already have too much responsibility, too much on my plate right now. I'd rather just look for the next shiny, fun, light thing than carry the weight of this. Okay. So that's kind of what it's giving. So, what do you need to learn from this, Cancer? You're so welcome, Annabelle, boo. What does Cancer need to learn from this? Boo. I mean, I feel like you got something new coming in too. There was another sign, I think it was Gemini that had this, but you definitely have something new coming in here. It may start as a friendship, okay? And lead to you to that 10 of cups. And it may be something that a connection that progresses rather quickly. But what I feel like you need to be aware of or learn from this experience is maybe slow down in your next connections. Pay attention to any sort of red flags that you're experiencing, especially when it comes to the way that you communicate about your future together, what that looks like, what your visions are, your goals for the future, what commitment looks like to you. To avoid any kind of conflicts around that, again, build a foundation of friendship. Don't move too fast. Also, a feeling of, yes, take your time and slow down when it comes to like really investing emotionally into something, especially when you're getting like specific red flags, like communication red flags. Okay. Like, oh, this is kind of a lot of conflict early on. Maybe before I start giving my heart, I need to figure out, can we actually communicate with each other? Are we on the same page about our future? So again, you need clear, open, honest communication. That's important for you. And I feel like, again, taking your time, building things slowly, starting with the foundation of friendship before you go and move very quickly into that 10 of cups is important as well. Maybe this one moved a little quickly. I don't know. You tell me. But I do feel like there's also this sense of like you maybe have already moved on, or there's something that's going to be coming around the bend for you, maybe with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, maybe not, but you got the King of Discs or Pentacles and also the Page as well. So you also have a King of Cups here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You have Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Yeah, take your time. Make sure you're truly compatible with somebody before you rush to commitment or before you invest too much of your feelings into it, okay? How does your ex feel now? How does Cancer's ex feel now about them, about the past relationship? Let's see. Oh, wow. Oh, Cancer. They actually still really care about you, boo. They still really care about you. I feel like they maybe felt like their whole world fell apart when you left them or they left you. Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, maybe some time has passed. And they're looking at this as with fondness, like we had something very special there. So maybe you weren't compatible in this season. Maybe there's hope for a comeback, maybe not. The point is that I feel like you should understand that the connection really did mean something to them. They felt like they invested a lot of themselves, their time, their energy, resources, whatever, into this because they did feel, you know, a soulmate connection with you. They felt a mutual attraction. There was love there. And I don't know if you guys were together for a long time or it's just a lot was invested on both sides. And it kind of just feels like there is a little bit of regret. Like, dang, all my hopes and dreams just fell apart. Oh man. But at the same time, I feel like there may have been something unhealthy that was there. It could have been a codependency, um, either on your side or theirs. But I feel like, again, they don't have bad feelings towards you, um, or the connection that you guys had. No regrets. All right. That's what I have for you, Cancer. This used to be my playground. Used to be. I don't know why. Madonna. Used to be my childhood dreams. Is that what it? How it goes? All right, let's go to Leo. All right. Leo, roar. Oh, God, that was a terrible roar. Leo, hi, friends. Let's get right into it. We're going to take a look at your past relationship. What had happened between the two of you, like what actually the dynamics were that caused the ending there, what you need to learn from that experience, and also what your ex is feeling right now, how they're feeling about you, about the connection. Don't be shy, say hi, and please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, my friends. Thank you so much, you guys. I know a lot of you are probably watching while you're at work. I appreciate you doing so. Please don't forget to watch for all of your placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your north node. I am taking 3 questions at the end. If you guys have a burning question, I have a pinned comment in the chat. It's PayPal or Super Chat, whatever's clever for you. And let's get into it. And if not, no worries also, boo. All right, Leo. Leo. Leo, Leo. What happened in the past relationship? What happened? Oh, thanks, Darcy. For some of you, this was a long distance relationship, Leo. Or maybe you were connected with a Cancerian person. Maybe also Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Well, I don't know what happens, boo. Because it actually looks good from what I'm seeing. You guys talked about commitment. Maybe it didn't ever get there. It seems like it started out really happy, like really great. Like there was a lot of like initial attraction and excitement. It could be that you guys moved too quickly towards commitment. Maybe that's what's happening here, or someone felt pushed or coerced towards it. But it looks like there was a strong attraction right out the gate. Things did move, kind of quickly, or you felt that initial like burst of excitement, that like yes energy, like, yeah, I like this. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for this person. I like them. I like them a lot. Again, a lot of attraction. They hit you in the right way. Yeah. Again, very strong energy around like water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer here. Also Taurus in the major arcana. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It could be any sign, boo. I also have fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So I feel like there were conversations very quickly out the gate around like, should we commit to each other? And someone asked for that commitment, I feel like, or wanted it. Someone here was pushing things forward, whether that was you or them, but I don't see like a hesitation or like oh no, this looks scary. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for that, but maybe that's what it was. Also, distance again could have been a factor here, or someone might have been afraid like, oh, you're just going to leave, or you're just going to walk away from this. Or there was somebody moved away. Maybe somebody moved. I'm going to clarify like what happened to end this, because it almost looks like you're still progressing towards something here. Feel like there was really good open communication. So thankfully we've had a shift in the energy, because some of the earlier connections, and this is why we watch all of our placements and why I'm glad this isn't all signs, because I was starting to worry, but it is feeling very much like this communication wasn't the factor. So what was the ultimately the factor in this connection ending? And happy birthday, Leo. It's still your season, boo. A little bit longer. So I hope you're having a good one. Oh, crapola. I see now. I see. Hold on. Oh my gosh. So many cards fall. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, somebody pumped the brakes, is what it looks like. So it started out great, but I think for some of you guys, one of you maybe came to a realization of, oh gosh, this was really fun, but now it's starting to get serious. The Lovers reverse. So when it came time to make a serious decision about this connection, it kind of feels like somebody started to get cold feet, started to pump the brakes, started to hold back, getting stuck in their head. I don't see that the communication really halted with this Eight of Swords energy, because the Knight of Pentacles is there, strength is there again, Leo energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy again. So it's giving that it was like somebody started to really get in their head and started to kind of put their wall up and was like, wait a second, I know I said that I wanted to commit to this, but now that the investment is real, I kind of feel like I need to put my guard up a little bit. Could have been that there was outside interference too. Three of Cups, Queen of Wands. I don't know if somebody here was partied a little bit too much. Maybe somebody didn't like that. Maybe somebody here was a little bit more free and loose and fun with it, or wanted to open. This is again, you take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate, leave what doesn't resonate for who it's meant for. But somebody here may have felt like, I would like to bring other people into this, or I want to go and have more fun. And the other person was like, oh no, I don't need to have that kind of fun. So take it as it resonates for you. But at some point, and maybe that is because this looks like it moved really quickly. At some point, it was like, wait, I feel like I don't know if we're quite on the same page after all, or that the choice that you want to make in terms of the direction of this is the same as mine. So someone started to really get in their head and again tried to slow things down, tried to kind of pump the brakes. I'm on Leo. Roar. And I also feel like, again, somebody's friends or other people may have started to get into somebody's head also. That's pretty strong here as well. So if that is your situation, that could very well be what happened too, is somebody's friends or outside influence started to become too much of a factor. And that can happen too. Like sometimes you're in your little love bubble, and when it's the two of you, it's like cool. But then you go out amongst your people, and it's like changes the dynamic. Or others, you love each other, but somebody's mom doesn't love you, or their best friends don't love you, or whatever. So again, it felt like there were some obstacles that came through here, and it presented a situation where somebody felt like they needed to put up walls or boundaries or slow things down and kind of hold back from fully investing. All right. So what do you need to learn from this? Leo. Thanks, Siva. Welcome back. Oh, I hope your dad's okay, boo. What does Leo need to learn from this? Leo, you need to prioritize your own needs, boo. Okay? 9 of Cups. And figure out what it is that really makes you feel happy and emotionally fulfilled. some of you may be a little bit of people pleasers, or also I'm getting a strong energy of like somebody in this connection maybe was a bit of a drinker. And if that's you, boo, you maybe need to calm down on the drinking a little bit or the partying a little bit. Some of you are out there trying to do hood rat stuff with your friends, trying to pick up some people. No, I'm playing a little bit. But these are cards here that I'm looking at that are indicative of someone might be a little bit indulging a little bit too much in the fun stuff. But also, maybe you do need to indulge a little bit more in some fun time on the flip side of the coin, because I mean, this is really saying like you need to prioritize your own needs. Take care of yourself. Self-love, boo. Self-love. So, and you know what? If you already know, I need to take time to really invest in somebody before I really commit to them, then you need to honor your needs. Again, some of you guys do need to like get out and date and explore a little bit more, because maybe you're not 100% clear, and this isn't necessarily for everybody, but maybe you're not really clear on what it is that you want right now, and what you need right now, and that's okay too. And a little bit of exploration and dating and getting to know people and getting out there can, first of all, maybe that's something that you need, like that will feel emotionally satisfying to you, but also maybe that will tell you a little bit more about what kind of relationship you need right now and what kind of person is best suited for you. So it kind of looks like you're in this energy of like you need to have more fun, and maybe this relationship took you off the market or tried to take you off the market before you were really ready. Okay. So take your time and have fun and take care of yourself and prioritize your needs and not always everybody else's, really. It's kind of what it's saying. So how does your ex feel? How does your ex feel about you, about the past connection? And then we're going to go to Virgo. How does Leo's ex feel? Dun, dun, dun. Leo, Leo. Oh, they're sad, I feel like. I feel like they miss you a little bit, a little sad about it. They saw you as their person. The Emperor, the King of Discs, Ace of Swords, like they were clear about you. So it's kind of starting to feel, Leo, like you were maybe the one pushed a little bit into commitment before you were fully ready. But whether you're male or female, it doesn't really matter. But King of Pentacles, the Emperor, either they see themselves as like I was their person, I was their match, or they see you as that for them. Eight of Cups, I mean, they have walked away from this, right? They're trying to detach from you emotionally. They may feel also like you're a little bit stubborn. But I feel like this is one where I kind of feel like they would be willing, if you were to work on this and try to have a new beginning or a fresh start, like they'd be willing to start over if you could both get on the same page and put in the work, equal amount of work and effort towards that. And if it was truly a fresh start, if it was like brand new, like wipe the old slate clean, fool's journey all over again, the Fool here, Three of Pentacles. They also may be willing to start over as friends or just have a platonic relationship with you. So either which way, I do feel like they're sad and they are trying to detach emotionally, but there is a part of them that's like, I still wish Leo was in my life. I'd like to have them even as a friend or an acquaintance. And if you guys work together or your neighbors or something like that too, it's like, I do feel like they want to have something amicable with you and like start over, start fresh, as if the past didn't happen. But at the same time, again, there's this, I'm trying to also emotionally disconnect and detach. So yeah, Leo, that's what I have. Now, if you had kids with this person, it could be that they want to try to work together for the sake of the kids. And the only reason I'm saying that's because the Emperor is here and the Fool. So for some people, that could be indicative of that. Like, can we at least be amicable or something for the sake of the kid or kids, whatever, or pets, however it works out in your situation. So that's what I have for you, Leo. Oh, are you asking, Deb, which signs I saw? You're a Leo dealing with a Virgo and Aquarius. There was definitely Earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn showed up a lot on the Leo reading, as did Cancer, Taurus specifically. I think pretty much every sign showed up. We did have also Gemini, Libra, Aquarius show up. We did not have Aquarius in the major arcana or Virgo in the major arcana, but we did have all of the signs. All of the sign, like any, could have been any sign boo on that one, honestly, because all the signs were represented. In the major arcana, I specifically remember Cancer, Aries, Taurus, I think. But a lot of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and water and air. I think fire was the one we didn't see quite as much on that one. So you're so welcome, Deb. Julia! See, I was thinking about you. When it was Leah, I was thinking about you. And there you are. Hey, girl, hey. Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm glad, Siva. Good. I'm glad he's recovering. All right, y'all. Y'all ready to move on to Voigo? It's quiet up in here today, Julia. We had some people pop in the beginning. I know where, like, I came on. For me, it's a great time to come on. But for my people who are in the States, I know it's like the middle of folks' work day still. Oh, no, you missed it. Leo started at 1:05:20. The next all signs I'm going to do, this one I'm doing for Stevie. So Stevie, you better watch this one, boo. Because this was requested by Stevie. I did this by request, but the next one, all signs we're gonna do on Thursday, is gonna be your next soulmate connection. So we're dealing with the past. We're wrapping up the past, getting clarity on it, so we can move forward to the new, good, boo boo. So that's the next one. Voigo. Oh yeah. So again, the Leo timestamp was 1:05:20, 1 hour 5 minutes 20 seconds, and now we're gonna do Voigo. Hey Voigo, hey. Yeah, it's Voigo. Okay, y'all. See, I knew some of y'all were still here. You're just quiet because you're working, as you should, because you guys have regular jobs. You guys are being good citizens. Listen, get that money, honey. Get those benefits. Get those good bunnies. Okay, I'm not mad at you. Virgo, tell us about this Virgo's last relationship. I'm still feeling this deck, but I may switch after Virgo. Tell us about this past relationship. What had happened there? Then we're going to find out about VIRGO Virgo, what you need to learn from it and how they're feeling now. How do they feel about you now, Virgo? Oh my. Some of y'all had some good past relationships. Again, this is another one I have to investigate, because I'm like, well, where did it go wrong? Because it looks dang good. You may have started out as friends, but friends with a crush. You know what I'm saying? Like friends, acquaintances, hanging out in a group, kind of buddies or something. But it was like somebody was crushing on somebody there. Someone may have expressed feelings or asked somebody out on a date. You guys had a fun time. I have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. For some of you, if it wasn't like we started out as friends, although it kind of looks like that, there may have been an age difference. Somebody may have been younger here, maybe them. You got the Page to the Queen. So you got the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy coming in really hot. Speaking of hot, we have the Six of Wands, right? We have the Wheel of Fortune. And then again, that Three of Cups, Page of Cups, the Knight of Swords. Strong Cancer energy. Have the Chariot under Seven of Cups. Yeah, so I mean, it honestly looks like, do you know what's giving a little bit? And I don't know. This is just me feeling this like intuitively, kind of. Oh my God, what went wrong? Did you let a good one get away, Virgo? What happened here, boo? What is going on? Okay, hold on. It's just like it's better and better, so I'm very curious. But what I get pretty strongly is the vibe of the kind of feeling of like when somebody is trying to get back in the game, you know, like I'm trying to get back out there again. I'm trying to go, explore again. I want to, how do I explain? Like, I'm not saying necessarily after kind of like a rebound energy, but not a rebound. Just like, hey, it's been a while. Let's try dating again. Let's go out there and see what's good. Like, I need to feel good. I need to get some attention. I need to kind of feel like I still got it, maybe after a bad situation, but I don't see the bad situation right now. It's just the feeling of it, of like, I just need to get myself out there. Let me just go have some fun. Let me just play, let me just go explore and see what's out there and just have some fun. Maybe you guys met on a dating app. Someone swiped the right, you both swiped the right way. I don't do the apps. So I forget how it goes. I mean, I have in the past, but and it feels like you got lucky. Wheel of Fortune in the upright. It feels like you got lucky. It feels like this was a divinely guided connection. You were feeling good about it. You felt seen. You felt there was an attraction. There was a lot of initial excitement. You felt loved up. You felt like emotionally safe with this person. So what happens? I mean, it's a lot of new energy. I don't see commitment here. So this is asking about your ex. It doesn't mean that you guys were deeply committed for them to be an ex, right? It could be your ex situationship. It could be the last person that you dated more than one date, went on more than one date with. So fixed energy here as well with the Wheel of Fortune. I should say that. Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, roar. So what happens? The only thing I can detect is maybe there is a maturity difference, or an age difference that maybe was problematic for somebody. Or maybe it was just meant to be a fun fling and that was it. Okay, what went wrong for Virgo? Definitely a lot of like flirtatious, fun kind of energy. Yeah, okay. So someone, I guess, didn't really want to commit or truly invest in anything long term because, yeah, it was giving a lot of fun vibes, but I wasn't seeing the strong commitment energy. So Queen of Pentacles reverse. Seven of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, it's giving someone had cold feet when it came to like commitment. Definitely that. They just maybe went back and forth. Maybe they dangled the carrot and were like, oh yeah, I could be down for that. And I could be down for a relationship, but they really weren't. This is giving somebody may have been non-traditional too. Like somebody was more traditional. Someone was more non-traditional. Maybe somebody was committed elsewhere and that took priority over this. Maybe somebody had children and the other person didn't really want to deal with that kind of a situation. That's also a possibility from what I'm seeing. So I think someone was more comfortable in like a friendly sort of we work together, we're friends, we're acquaintances, we hang out, we go for a drink, we go for a bike ride, we go for a smoothie, we go for a hike, we go for a horseback riding, I don't know, whatever. We go sailing together, we go pick flowers together, we go frolic in the field together, whatever. But that's where the line is drawn for me. So that's the feeling I'm getting here. Someone had cold feet around commitment issues, kind of hem and hawing around it. I see them considering it, but maybe not seriously considering it. So whether that's you or them, it could have been you that was that. But yeah. So one way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. Some of you guys, there may have been a third party in this as well. And I think I did say that, like maybe they were committed elsewhere or someone was. But maybe there was a third party and that just made them not be able to like fully invest in you. It was like, I like you as my fun time person. You're the one that like, I have really cool conversations with. We flirt, we have fun together. We hang out like you must be my lucky star. I don't know these songs. Shut up. Please. This is the second Madonna song today. That's weird. I'm not even like a big Madonna fan. Is somebody a Madonna fan out there? What the heck? No, but for real, it's like, you're supposed to be just my fun time that I hang out with once in a while when I want to get out and do something fun and just like, not worry about serious stuff like wives and husbands and children and jobs and things. Okay, so what do you need to learn about this, Virgo? Joel, how you doing, boo? I haven't seen you for a hot minute. Hey. People be working in here, Joel. All right, Virgo, what do you need to learn from this? Whoa. Hi. Hello. The King and the Queen of Wands. Okay. So Virgo. Tower. Well, you need to get some. You need a very fulfilling sex life, Virgo. I don't know if you're very fulfilled in your sex life, boo. It feels like there's some things that you need to try and experiment and do. And maybe you haven't found that person that really lets you let your freak flag fly, boo. Or lets you really try the things you really want to try. Or consistently or something. Could be also that you need to stay away from long distance connections for somebody out there, not for everybody. You can be all right. You can heal from this, boo. But I will say this. I think that the people that you have been with, some of them, maybe not all of them, okay, but from what I'm getting from this, is it started giving me the Goldilocks vibes of this one's too hot, this one's too cold, this one's just right. Like you haven't found your just right yet, And I think when you do, it will be very explosive and you will know that you know. Okay? Cuz I feel like for some of you I'm going to be okay, Jess is going to give you some tough love cuz this is what I'm feeling with the energy with you, Virgo. For some of you, obviously not for all of you, but take what resonates with you. What I'm getting really strongly is you've been playing too small in your love life. You've been playing it too safe. You've been maybe subconsciously or intentionally choosing partners that this is not my person. This is just somebody to have fun with. This is just, my billiards buddy, whatever. I'm throwing stuff out there. This is just my hiking friend. This is just my brunch buddy. This is just my go to the movies, whatever it is, right? This is like, I like this person, I have fun with them, but I know darn well that this is not the person that I'm going to spend like the rest of my foreseeable future with. I think you already know that, Virgo. But I feel like what you need to do and what you can learn from this is you need to find someone don't be afraid to go for somebody who is a real true match to you, that you're truly compatible with. Either you're equally attracted to each other, you share the same interests with each other, it's someone you can actually see a future and a commitment with. Like you're number one. You know what I'm saying? Someone who matches your energy 100%. It's like you've been settling for good enough or good enough for right now instead of looking for the right one, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting for you to learn from that. And I think you'll know. I think they'll blow you away. Maybe you're afraid of that kind of fire and passion. But I think you'll know. All right. How does this ex person feel about you, Virgo? Come out of that soul contract, right? All right. How does this ex still feel about Virgo and or the past connection with them? It's funny you say soul contractual. Virgo, I feel like this person still feels a strong pull towards you. They may be waiting for something to change. For some of them, where they are right now in their life, they may be in a toxic sort of relationship or marriage themselves. Maybe not. Or they're like sucked in or pulled into that. But I feel like they're kind of, I don't think they've let you go completely. Some days maybe yes, other days maybe no. I feel like they're kind of going back and forth and being like, if things were to change and I would be able to walk away from this other thing or drop this other thing, I would go towards Virgo. So this is only obviously for those of you whose person is in another committed relationship. But I feel like they're either one, still hoping they can like juggle you with something else or someone else, like keep you as an option, right? And then kind of leave it up to chance. Whatever happens. Like, but as long as I got Virgo in my pocket, still is cool. So you may still talk to this person, maybe not often. Maybe it's been a while since you've talked to them, or maybe it's a little off and on your communication with this person. I don't feel like they're like investing in you full out right now, right? Either because they have other opportunities or commitments elsewhere, or just because whatever happened between the two of you happened and they're kind of like, but they have this energy around them of like, Virgo's still an option for me. They're on the back burner over there, but I have them in my peripheral view, right? So if things change or if, fate brings us back together, I'm cool with it. But they're not really putting a lot of energy or effort into that. It's just kind of where they are right now in their vibes. Flip it, switch it, reverse it if you need to. But that is what I have in terms of their feelings, Virgo, and your situation with that person. So, alrighty. Good Lord. I don't like that sort of cockiness. I'm like, well, if I, you know, as long as you're still in my hip pocket. Anyways, yuck. We're gonna move on to Libra. Julia says, I'm dealing with my assignments and now the road construction turned off the neighborhood water. Oh, girl, you have to shower like you're camping. What a pain in the patootie. Oh, that sucks. For how long do you have to live like that, girl? All right, let's cleanse the energy. I think I may switch to another deck. I love this one still, but I feel like let's give it a break. As we go Libra, then Scorpio, then Sag, then Cap, then Aqua, then Pisces. Okay. I'm good, Joel. Thank you, Boo, for asking. Life is lifing, but Jess is hanging in there. Crystal, how you doing? Abundant afternoon. I love it. Abundant afternoon to you, Boo. Thank you. Wait, let me check the time real quick because okay, I don't have to give Bo his medicine yet, but I need to pay attention to that. Okay, we have a little time before then. Hopefully we'll make it through. We may not though, because these are getting juicy. Which deck? I'll use the other little animal deck, I guess. Why not? Okay, Ms. and Mr. and Libra people. My Libra people. Whoa. That pen cap does not want to stay on. Librans, how you doing? All right, let's get it. Libra, what happened with this ex? What happened with them? What happened with the ex? What do you need to know about that situation, Boo? What happened there and what do you need to learn from it? And then also their feelings, your ex's current feelings for you and how they feel about what happened. That's how we're doing this. Keep in mind, some of these readings are going to be longer than others, and that's just the way it goes and flows sometimes. So don't get upset if one is like much longer. I'm trying to keep it brief, but sometimes we need to go a little deeper to get the clarity, right? And I'm all about that. We need to get clear. So let's go. Libra. Some may be shorter. That's okay too. Sometimes we don't have to work as hard to get there. All right, Libra, Libra, Libra. All right, what happened in this past relationship for Libra? 6 of Cups. Okay. Well, it was sweet. There was an emotional reciprocity there. So that's nice. Definitely past. So it may have been a long time ago. Let's see. I need a little bit more information. We have Queen of Discs on the bottom, by the way. So someone here could have Earth prominently, in their chart. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Could have been a long time ago with this particular one. Also, it could have been that you guys really took your time to invest in this connection and to build it. Let's see. Hey, man, how you doing, man? Hey, tell me more about what happened in this past connection with Libra and their person. Could have been an age difference too between the two of you. Doesn't have to be. What happened between Libra and their ex? This is somebody that you may have either lived with or worked with or both, especially if you work from home, maybe you both work from home. But It's kind of it's giving that you guys were working towards building a future together. Three of Discs, the Four of Discs. Somebody here might have been a little bit stubborn or trying to work on their healing. Like they had a lot of inner work to do when it came to like healing themselves, working on themselves. I'm also getting to one of you may have struggled with mental health issues as well, especially if it was something like depression. It could have been something else. But I feel like this relationship at one point gave someone a lot of hope. You have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy there, Leo energy with the sun. There was a lot of energy around like this is a chance for me to like have something brand new, to build something towards the future. It's like I do feel like there was a lot of focus on what's to come in the future and what's ahead in this connection. Sometimes that can pull people away from the present though, and appreciating what they have right now. If there's so much focus on the future or building towards the future or looking ahead towards the future, someday things will get great. Someday things will be better, right? This is not going to be for everybody. Some of the messages won't be for you, but I feel like somebody here again maybe was struggling a little bit with like either mental health or also maybe healing from addiction of some kind. But it kind of feels like there was one of the people in this relationship may have used the relationship as a way to fill a void that they had inside themselves. Like, were they working on healing themselves? Were they working on themselves? Yes. But I also feel like there was something about this connection where it feels like, oh, this will fix me. This will fix me right up. You make me happy. You're going to, you know what I mean? And not in a vampiric sort of way, and maybe not even intentionally, but it may have been that somebody here was playing a bit of a role of a fixer for another person, even if they didn't intend to. Joel, why did you delete all your comments, boo? Why did you retract your messages, friend? Someone here could have been a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel like it really did start out good and happy. But that's the one like little fly in the ointment that I'm seeing is it kind of feels like two things. One, there was a lot of like we're building towards this future and we're focusing on the future rather than spending as much time in the present. Somebody here again maybe struggled a little bit with feelings of depression, loneliness, just general sense of melancholy. And this connection gave them this like bright light or hope. But it could have been that got to this place. Again, I'm just repeating myself, I know, but just to bring it all together where they felt like I'm having to be sort of the fixer, or that they put too much weight on this relationship to fix something that they needed to work on within themselves, right? Someone here also may have had a tendency to isolate, to spend too much time alone or internal processing rather than communicate what they were going through. Especially, I think if they did struggle sometimes, it may have been like, I'm going to withdraw until I feel better. And so, yeah, it just feels like that may have been created a little bit of an imbalance here. Tell me again, specifically, like what caused this breakup? It may have been multiple factors, to be honest with you. What exactly caused this breakup? Take always, as always, take only what resonates for you. Yeah, there was some kind of struggle. It could have had something to do with outside influences. It could have been someone struggling to maintain their joy and happiness, because this is related to the solar plexus chakra. It could have been that, did I say also like ego or power struggles here within this relationship or connection? Somewhat, for some of you, someone's mother may have interfered, or some other third party interference. And I get that somebody held back a lot. Yeah, for some of you, there was an overbearing mother, or a commitment or responsibility towards a mother or a mother figure. So that could be like someone's actual mother, it could be someone's like ex, another ex or baby mama, something like that. Move to the masculine if that makes more sense. But I'm getting to, there may have been financial struggles or somebody carried more of the weight, the financial weight or responsibility in this connection. There's a lot of things coming through for you, Libra. This is weird because I feel like I'm reading for a lot of different scenarios, because it's feeling like different readings all kind of jumbled in here. So take what's yours. But I get that there was this sort of also a pattern possibly for some of you where somebody would kind of hold on to a lot of stuff. They'd hold on, and hold back. And then it was like a lot would come out at one time, right? This like, I'm holding it in. I'm just going to try to avoid the confrontation of it. And then it would be like, a lot. So I just, there were good things. I feel like there was a lot of beautiful feelings, especially in the beginning. You may have been really sweet to each other in the beginning, a lot of emotional reciprocity, a lot of kindness, when it comes to your feelings, a lot of shared emotion, deep emotions and deep feelings with each other. But then I think I really feel like for a lot of you, the story is that someone had an emptiness inside that was just like unquenchable and couldn't be fixed. And they really need to work on healing that. And this relationship can fill that void for them, right? And it wasn't this other person's responsibility to try to do that for them either. Okay, so what do you need to learn from this, Libra? What do you need to learn from this, Libra? What do you need to learn from this, Libra? Libra, Libra. What do you need to learn? Libra, I feel like don't be so afraid to allow yourself to be emotionally vulnerable and open emotionally. So if this is like post this relationship as you're moving forward, maybe this caused you to be afraid to allow yourself to be open or vulnerable emotionally, or share or express your feelings. Or if this is just how you've always been, take it as it resonates. That's really your message, boo, is like to learn from this. Because if that was like the beauty in this connection between you and your person, is that emotional reciprocity and the depth of feelings that you shared. Maybe you felt taken advantage of. If this was a person who was like, give me, because I have this deficit or this void, again, take it as it resonates. And maybe that makes you be like, oh, I'm scared to like go that deep again with somebody or whatever, right? Whatever the case is. It's like, don't be afraid to open yourself up. Maybe that's a really beautiful thing that you can experience again with somebody, or for the first time with somebody. So take it as it resonates. Also this feeling of, don't be afraid to try to communicate through the difficult things and work through those together. With this King of Swords, Six of Swords, I mean, you need to be clear and direct, and don't be afraid to do that, but allow yourself to be soft too with the Queen of Cups here, okay? Allow yourself to also be soft and open. So what does this person feel towards you now? How are they feeling towards you? and the relationship now that some time has passed. How does Libra's person feel, or ex feel, I should say? Your ex. All right, Libra, Libra. You guys don't forget to hit the thumbs up, please, and do leave a comment after the live, or if you're watching this back, drop me a comment. It really means a lot. And hype up the video if you can. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Libra, Libra again. What is this person feeling towards Libra? Libra, they're trying to they're trying to shut it down. They may have blocked you, or they may have, are refusing to speak with you right now. But I'm also getting that they're still in your head about you at the same time. Like, they're not talking, but they're definitely thinking about you. Okay. 8 of Swords. For some of you, I'm not going to lie, they're thinking, dang, I should have really pushed for a commitment with that person. Dang, I could have really, like, I had maybe a good one. If there were kids involved and someone was a mama, daddy, mostly mommy energy here, they admire, let me just say this, they admire your nurturing qualities. If you guys were in a commitment, they don't regret that. But yeah, they're being really stubborn to try to talk to you. They're not trying to talk to you, boo, but they're thinking about you. Yeah, you live rent-free in this person's mind, Libra, for real. But they're also in a victim mode. Okay. They may have tried to apologize or offer, to try to say something to smooth this over with you. Or maybe you did, but it didn't take. Obviously, the world this ended. This is definitely a cycle that is definitely completed. Okay, but somebody here is still playing victim. I'm assuming it's them. Gemini energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Libra is here. The Empress is here, Big Mother. So Taurus, also potentially Libra energy. Yeah. What else do we have? Well, it's pretty much Aries with the Emperor. So you guys were a match, but yeah, there's a lot of water under the bridge here, boo. So that's what I have for you, Libra. At least you know you live rent-free in their minds. Definitely that. But yeah, that looks like I wouldn't want to re-engage. Yeah, as I say, I wouldn't want to re-engage. I look down and there's the world. Yeah, that cycle has completed, like I said. It's time to move on to the next one. All right. So newbie me. Libra says, honey badger don't give a damn. Honey badger don't care. Honey badger don't care. That's all right. Scorpio. Oh man. I feel like Librans do take breakups well, don't you? I could be wrong, but my impression is that you do. All right. Scorpio, let's get it for you, boo. All right, Scorpio, let's look into this past situation so we can move forward, because the next live is going to be your next soulmate connection. So we're trying to wrap up all this old garbage, bullcocky, banana, foo-foo, shishi. You know what I'm saying, boo? Ring the rooster on it. So that we can get that new good, boo-boo, because that's what we're about. All right. But let's reflect and learn so we can move on. All right, Scorpio, what was this past relationship about for you, boo-boo? What was this past relationship about? What happened there? What really happened? What can you learn from it? And how does that ex feel about you now? Scorpio. Scorpio. What we got? Ooh, yuck. That's a whole lot of bukkake banana fufu shishi if I ever seen it. Okay. You got the freaking 5 of swords, Scorpio. Okay. You got the 9 of wands, my friends. Where did it go? Come on. You've got the 8 of cups, Scorpio. What is going on? Somebody owes somebody a freaking apology for all of these broken cups, man. You know, somebody's like needs to come over like the welcome wagon and be like, I got you a replacement cup and I put a nice spot of tea in there for you. Because what a mess this person made, man. You could have been dealing with a younger water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It could have been a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Maybe you're that water sign. Lord, they made a big mess, didn't they? This is like somebody just like a bull ran through the china shop and played with your emotions. My goodness. This just looks toxic AF from Jump, man. I don't know if like the thing that connected y'all was like a strong sexual tie. Maybe you felt like, you know, that sort of karmic. I do this because I'm not in that kind of thing, but you know what I mean? Like a karmic connection, like a strong animal attraction that like, ooh, tempted by the fruit of another. Like, you know, there was a strong draw, especially from that like sacral chakra energy. So again, very sexual, maybe in the beginning. Maybe that's like there was some sort of magnetic attraction there between the two of you in that regard. But somebody here, I feel it was very maybe hot and cold too with you guys. Like they came, if they burned up, they hurt you or your feelings, and then I'm so sorry, Scorpio, and then only to like run away again and hurt you some more, spill some more cups, leave you feeling like what happened, so wounded, 9 of wands, you know. And the ending is the 5 of swords, so it didn't end well. It ended on some kind of like conflict or fight, stressing somebody out here. I don't like this. It's like kind of one of those connections where I forget what the aspect is in astrology, but there's a particular aspect in synastry, like in the synastry between two people that indicates a very passionate sort of connection that can translate very well in the bedroom, but then out of the bedroom can be very problematic if there's a lack of emotional maturity. And given that the emotional energy that I'm seeing here is predominantly Page of Cups energy, that is giving strong emotional immaturity. Like I can make this all go away with just a, you know, and I'm sorry. No accountability being taken, no initiative to change, recognize what the pattern is and do better, right? None of that. It's just again, wash, rinse, repeat. So again, strong attraction, strong chemistry, a strong pull towards one another, but then a lot of messiness when it comes to the way someone handled the other person's heart. And again, it's predominantly water and fire, so a lot of passion there, but that can also, like I said, translate to something not so good. And then again, in the end, it may have been like somebody out of a place, coming from a place of woundedness, the 9 of wands, so the 5 of swords, like out of that place of woundedness, maybe lashed out, or there was, you know, an argument or harsh words spoken coming from that wounded place. Because yeah, somebody here was, again, very hot and cold, very off and on, very in and out, and didn't respect the other person's feelings. So, or treat them with care is what it's giving to me. Someone sharp-tongued maybe, but again, that's coming from a wounded place. So Scorpio, what do you need to learn from that, Scorpio? What does Scorpio need to learn from that experience? Scorpio, don't forget to watch your other placements too, because yours is not going to be too long. It's pretty straightforward. So again, watch your moon, your rising, your Venus, your north node, if this is your sun sign right now. Again, fire and water, mostly what I'm seeing. So again, you could have been dealing with the fire sign. I also had the devil there. So it could have been Capricorn energy, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be that they have those signs prominently in their chart, but they may, or you may. Scorpio, what do you need to learn from that? Leave the past in the past, but let well enough alone. For one thing, don't get into a situation, because I don't know how long that pattern repeated for you, boo. I don't know how long you carried on with that ex, but it's giving that you may have a tendency to sort of romanticize the fact that you have invested a long time in something, even if you know it's not fulfilling you emotionally and it's hurting you actually, and you know darn well you need to walk away from that bullcocky. Sometimes I feel like maybe because you feel, well, I invested a lot of time, maybe we can talk through this, maybe we can, maybe clarity will figure it out. No, boo, you already know, you be knowing things. You're a water sign, you have that intuition. So I feel very strongly, boo, that you need to not let the time factor or the investment factor inform your behavior. If you already know that's not good and have already hurt you multiple times or whatever has happened, it's time to move forward. Not everything can be salvaged, right? Sometimes, yes, it's good to talk through things and work through things, especially when you have invested a lot. But if it's a pattern of behavior that they are not working on themselves, you can't fix it, boo. Also, this is saying, be careful with your words too, in the way that you speak to others, and, make sure you're leading with kindness and empathy and compassion. And, it doesn't mean that you don't tell the truth, but you can tell the truth in love, right? You can be considerate of how does the words that I'm saying, how are they affecting this other person? Not just, I need to get this out, but how's what I'm saying affecting the other person? And vice versa. Be careful and watch how people are treating you in the way that what they're saying. Are they considering your feelings too? Okay. How do they feel about you now, though, Scorpio? How do they feel about Scorpio now? Then Sagittarius is next. And then we have to, I think I'll have to take a break after Saggy to go give Bo his meds. All right. Scorpio, how do they feel about you now, boo? They've let go of the burden with the two of you. I think they've let it go. They've released it. 10 of Wands reversed. I feel like they're prioritizing making themselves feel happy right now, taking care of their own needs. This person may be a little bit selfish on the low, I'm not gonna lie. especially when it comes to their sexual needs. They're not afraid to get those needs met, right, boo? So some of that walking away, I don't know what they were doing during those walking away times, but it don't look pretty. They know that you are a good thing. Empress Ten of Cups, like they know that. They know that. They just weren't really ready to give in the way that you were. Okay. They're not on your level. Whoever this was that you were dealing with, boo, they're not on your level, man. But I think that when it comes to the water under the bridge, when it comes to the two of you, they've let it go. They moved on. They moved forward. For sure. Yeah, they know. The thing is that I like, this is what irritates me about this person is they know what they did. They're very well aware of their actions, but they have no plans, it looks like, to try to make anything right about it or do anything. It's like, okay, moved on. So yeah, they've let it go. They don't feel tied to you in that way anymore. Do they still find you attractive? Probably yes. Probably also, again, realize like you were kind of the one that got away, but they also know that I don't think they care. I'm sorry. They suck. It's giving Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Knight of Wands energy. They're just giving like kind of a flighty, selfish energy, you know, like they kind of, again, prioritize their own needs and what they want in the moment, and don't really care about how it's affecting other people. Empress energy, Taurus. So yeah, Scorpio, you deserve better, boo. You really do, than whoever that was. Maybe the sex was good, but it doesn't make it worth all of that. Wow, that was a doozy. Okay. Whew, lordy. I think we need a little bit of a cleanse in that one, boo, before we go to Sagittarius. Some of these people, man, some of your exes are such trash, dude. Now, some of them don't seem that bad. Some of them it's just we're a victim of circumstances, but man, some of them are some trash. Trash Ola. Yuck. There you go. Let's all move on. Let's all move on from that. All right. Joel, why did you retract all your messages, friend? Anyways, I don't know why. I hope you guys are having good work days. All right. Don't forget there are 3 spots at the end if you want to get a quickie mini reading. The information's in the chat. All right, Sagittarius, on to you, boo. Sagittarius. All right, what happened in your past relationship, my friends? This was by request from one of my subscribers, Steve, so hopefully he's watching. Next, we're going to do soulmate connection, your next soulmate connection, so I'm looking forward to that. That'll be on Thursday. Tomorrow I'll be on Hipsy doing one-on-ones. And if you guys want to book a personal reading, you can go to mytaropist.com. Quick insight reading is great for those quick 1 questions if you want a little bit more time involved and also for it to be private. Go ahead and take a look at that. Let's get into Sagittarius. What happened in this past relationship, Saggy? My nose is itching. What happened? Another one. You know, it's giving that song. I forget who sings it. Dang it. It's from Love Jones. It's on the Love Jones soundtrack. Oh, I need to watch that again. They say I'm hopeless as a penny with a hole in it. You got these people who have this like emotional void that needs to be filled, and they just Like, you can't fill that with another person in a relationship. You know what I mean, boo? You all know what I mean? Make a wish. Okay. And I feel like that's kind of what happened for you with this past person, my friend, is you were kind of dealing possibly with an avoidant type of individual who avoided maybe going deeper emotionally. Flip it, switch it, reverse it if you need to, because I feel like somebody here was like doing the emotional labor for the two of you. You have the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. You could have had, they could have had Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in their chart, or you do. The Four of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Page of Wands. Okay. So someone here could also have been shy a little bit. You have the Six of Cups, by the way, on the bottom. But what King of Pentacles could have been Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn also. So again, I'm getting that there was a lack of emotional reciprocity or lack of reciprocity in general, but I'm getting more of the emotional side of this. Like someone was doing, I just keep feeling someone here was doing emotional labor in this relationship, and the other person wasn't reciprocating enough. There could have been an age difference here. Someone could have been more immature. If it's not age, it's just a level of maturity I'm seeing was lacking here, possibly. It may have been that somebody had their mind also on a past person. That's also here, just so you know. Like someone might have still been thinking about a past person and feeling like this past person that hurt them, broke their heart, that they feel was a soulmate connection, still was like what they held in their mind as their ideal sort of person. And if that's the case, then that feeling of emptiness of like this isn't being, this need or this desire or this whatever isn't being fulfilled or filled within me was coming from that, from like this isn't really quite up to the standard that I want or need in a relationship. I'm still, remembering fondly this past person, even though they rejected me or whatever, the connection didn't work out for whatever reason. Someone may have still in their mind been idealizing someone from their past. Okay. So take it as it resonates. It was one of those two scenarios. I gave you two, but it's definitely feeling to me like it was one of those. Either which way, the bottom line is somebody here was never going to feel satisfied in this connection in some capacity. And also getting that somebody was avoiding potentially like having that conversation. Someone may have also been withholding sex or sexual intimacy in this connection too. There is an energy of withholding. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's kooky bananas. As I say that, I look and there's the Four of Discs and the Ace of Wands underneath it. So maybe they were waiting for commitment before they, more Taurus energy there at the Hierophant. Maybe they're waiting for commitment before they did that, or they were just holding back, or maybe they were more traditional. Maybe it was like, we have to have dated for this long, or whatever the case is. Fill in the blank thing. So yeah, there was just something definitely lacking and missing here, boo. So what can you learn from this, Saji? And what's sad is it feels like there was somebody in the connection that was very emotionally available, that was very like, but I have all this love to give and I want to give it to somebody and I want to give it to you, and that's like what kind of sucks, because it feels like, dang. But it has to go both ways, right? So, okay, what can you learn from this, Sagittarius? Oh, thank you, Darcy. so much, boo. Sparkling. All right. Sagittarius. What can you learn, boo? Okay, so take it as it resonates for you, but I feel like I don't know if there was commitment in that past relationship. Six of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Someone may have been withholding commitment, but or wasn't fully committed. But what I'm getting, two swords, the Eight of Pentacles. So this is not for everybody what I'm getting right now, but for some Sagittarius out there, you've tried to earn commitment or win commitment by acting as if you're committed. So, like, for example, giving wifely duties to someone that you're just dating, cooking for them, cleaning for them, doing their laundry, spending doing emotional labor, listening to them go on about their day or their struggles and counseling them and hugging on them and giving them a massage or whatever the case is, right? I'm getting a Sagittarius that has led with their empathy, their kindness, their warmness, their generosity as a way to kind of woo, rather than make sure that that energy is being reciprocated before you start giving that. That doesn't mean that you're intentionally playing games or withholding, but if you are over giving in the effort to hopefully gain the commitment that you're seeking or the investment that you're seeking or the attention that you're seeking, it's like you need to hold back a little bit of all of that goodness that you are so generous with until you're sure that this person is sure about you and they have fully committed and also committed to and invested in you. Okay, some time needs to pass. You need to vet them a little bit, I think. Now if you are the one that has the cold feet and is scared of commitment, and somebody did offer that to you and you were the one that withheld, because again, this can go both ways, then I would say being a little more decisive about committing and actually committing, really committing in your head and your heart and with your actions is going to be important for you moving forward. Okay, so take which one resonates with you. And how do they feel about you now? How do they feel about Sagittarius now, this past person? Yeah, I'm hearing some people may take your kindness for weakness, Saggy, whoever that's for. Don't let them do it, boo. And it's not a weakness. Just so you know, it's not a weakness if that's you. So don't start perceiving it that way and then put your walls up, That's a superpower you have. You just have to know who to give that to, right? And vet them a little bit better. That's all. Okay, so whoever that was for, big hugs to you, boo. How do they feel about Saji now? Some of you may be like mothers, or you're a very nurturing person. And that's just like your second nature to do that, to be that for somebody that you're in a relationship with, just to nurture them. But again, make sure that you're getting it in return. Okay. And also it's not your job to fill a void for somebody that has it. It's not your job. Okay. Sagittarius. How do they feel? Man, they would be willing to give it another go with you. They're holding back right now, but they have this urge inside of them. Like, it's that's funny. I'm really drawn to that there's this infinity symbol on both this strength card and this two of pentacles here. So here's what I got for you. You have the Fool, boo. And you have the two of pentacles and the strength card. And you see that, oh, there is that infinity symbol. This is kind of a never ending story and a cycle that keeps repeating, or that they are feeling like it's not over. Like, this isn't a done situation yet. You know, it's not finished between the two of you. I feel like they've had some realizations since you two have been apart. They want to talk to you about it, but they're kind of on the fence right now. They're holding back. So it's like, I would be willing to like give this another chance and do another cycle, another go around with this person. I'm not, I don't know how I feel necessarily about past lives and that kind of thing, but this is giving like a little bit of, maybe you guys have done this rodeo in this lifetime in the past or in another lifetime. And somebody's going to have to make a decision of like, no, I really truly want to end this cycle, or really fully go all in, both of you, to this, because this person is a little wishy-washy right now. It's like, I'm holding back. I'm like, you know, I'm not really making the move and the effort, but at the same time, part of me like really wants to just like throw caution to the wind and like call up Saji or text them or whatever and see if we can do this again. So there's this like back and forth energy on that right now, boo. They could go either way with it. So yeah, they're definitely thinking about you. And again, truly do feel like they've had some realizations in the season that you've been apart, but they're still not like fully in one way or the other. So right now it's kind of this holding back on this Leo energy. But we had a lot of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What else did we have? I think I called the other signs when they came out before. I think we had Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I think we had quite a few different things happening there. But yeah, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, we had too. Yeah. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Man, oh man. Capricorn is next. We wish them well. It would have been nice to remain friends, but we aren't all evolved the same. Yeah, it's true. That's true. It's not for everybody. It takes two for that to happen and work out. And you really need a lot of emotional maturity on both sides for that to work out. And not everyone is there. Definitely not everyone is there, but in an ideal world, a fun Sagittarius has come back. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Okay, don't hate me, but y'all know my cat Bojangles is very ill, and this is the time that I have to give him his medicine. He needs it at a specific time, twice a day, and so I cannot miss that window. So I am coming back with Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. I'm going to take a quick break to do that. And also I have 3 spots I think still open. I have to check PayPal, but Siva I think has it in the chat, the link, and I have also pinned the link if you want to take to get a question answered at the end of the live. I will also take super chats. I prefer PayPal, but if you can do PayPal, I totally get it. But I got to take care of my kitty cat. And so I will be back, you guys. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to mute this and I'm going to put an ad on right now. So do what you need to do. Refresh your beverage, do your work, take a bathroom break, grab a snack. Jess will be back. All right. We're not done. See you guys soon. Okay, I don't know if you guys could see me, uh, but I had to give Bo his medicine, bring him in from outside, and then I realized the trash has to be out at a certain time, so I had to take the trash out, and then I had to use the restroom. But I needed that break, so thank you guys for your patience. Apologies on that. But now Bo's inside. He had his medicine. Trash is out. Hands are clean. Everything's good. Got the cat fur off my shirt. Hopefully, how to do all the things really fast. Okay, and come back to y'all. Okay, let's do it. And now the lip gloss is popping. So, all right, you already know. Thanks. But I don't know if you guys saw me walk by here with the trash, and then I thought, oh God, what if they saw me with the trash? That's why I usually turn this off, because I'm like, just in case. Just in case. You ate a can of pineapple? That sounds good. Thanks, Darcy. Thank you, Aries man. Thank you, sorry, newbie me. Thank you, newbie me. For the well wishes for Bo. I don't know, y'all. It's some days I'm like anyway, we'll move on. I just feel like it's hard. You don't want to see them like suffering or not, it's hard to wrap my brain around like how quickly it happens. It's so weird. It just happens so fast. Like one day he's like his usual self, and then it's like overnight he became, he went from being like 40 years old to 110 years old, and like overnight. It's weird how that happens with animals, but and it's hard for me to wrap my brain around like he's never going to be like the same again. So just trying to keep him, as content, as well as I can for as long as I can. So, all right. Capricorn, we're ready. Let's get this. Capricorn, let's get it for you, boo. 23910 Capricorn. Hey, boo. Capricorn. We're going to take a look at your past relationship. What happened there? Like why did it implode? If it imploded, or what happened between the two of you, what you need to learn from it, and also how are they feeling about you now and the connection. Let's get ourselves some closure so we can get on to that new good boo. Some clarity and closure. That's what this live is about. All right, let's go. Capricorn, this is for you, Capricorn. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, please. Thank you very much. Hit that hype after the live. Drop me a comment. It really, really helps. And if you haven't subscribed, please do sub up to the channel. And if you guys want a personal reading, those are available on mytaropist.com. Capricorn. All right. What happened in this relationship? Whoa. Really? Okay. Woo. Oh, you're a Cappy Sun and Vedic? Okay. Well, I feel like you guys were two different speeds. It's kind of what it's giving to me, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, especially if it was a situation here where somebody was a little bit more slow to open up than the other person. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. So either again, like the speeds were different. Somebody was trying to move more fast, the other one was more slow. Someone wanted to build something slowly. Somebody was like, no, I know what I want and I'm ready now. Which you maybe wanted the same thing, just a different time. The timing was off. Also have here that somebody may have been slow to open up, and held back a lot. I also feel like there were a lot of regrets. Now, I don't know if this is, again, a situation where somebody brought old baggage into this connection, Five of Cups, or if this was a situation where, you know, somebody there is still feels a lot of regret or is holding a lot of regret. But what caused the actual breakup here? This may have been a connection when you were younger, like, because both of you are showing up as knights. So I don't know if this was a connection I'm talking to someone about that remembers from like their younger years, maybe like when you were like college age, high school age, early 20s, that kind of thing. Doesn't have to be exactly that. You may have lived together. That's possible here with this Four of Pentacles. Let's see. You know, let's do that. What was this building towards? What were they building towards here first? Oh, God. Well, boo, if it's any consolation, I don't think that this one was destined to be a win a chicken dinner. You have the Ten of Swords here. So it's kind of feeling like this wasn't really, something here was not built on solid ground, or there was a lot of pain. And with that Five of Cups, it kind of feels like someone maybe caused a lot of injury to the other. I mean, there was a lot of hurt in this connection. Again, it's giving me the energy of someone here had trouble opening up. You know, someone here was very guarded or very reserved, had a lot of trouble like allowing themselves to be vulnerable or letting somebody in. Could be that someone was kind of a loner. They were just kind of used to doing things on their own. And when it came to trying to build something here, they just couldn't really, they didn't have the stuff. They didn't really have the right stuff to do it. Virgo energy now, also Pisces, but I look at the moon card sort of interchangeably with the water signs. So it could be also Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There also may have been some head games, some mind games, some manipulation happening here too. I'm hearing quit playing games with my heart, with my heart. You guys may have had a lot of ups and downs in this connection. It's looking like a rocky road, man. This is giving, again, another person that likes to process interpersonally instead of intrapersonally, meaning rather than work through things constructively together and talk through things together, they retreat and go within and kind of process internally, right? So it could have been someone who had some issues with avoidancy, but then it feels like there was a lot of maybe mind games or manipulation mentally here too. So, I mean, that can cause that, because if somebody is not comfortable living in ambiguity, and there was a lot of ambiguity here with the moon energy, right? And then them being in hermit mode, it's like the other person that's outside of that inner world is like, I'm very confused. I don't know. Where are we going? Where are we headed? What's going on here? I thought we were building something, you know, taking our time, but you're like withholding so much from me. So again, lots of pain. And that kind of feels like what didn't work out. Is that what ultimately happened there? Why it didn't work out? Yeah, people learn these, like, unfortunately, we all learn these relationship patterns and behaviors in our childhood, right? From the relationships around us that we were observing, and you know, and unless we kind of reconcile that and determined to do better and be better, if they were bad experiences, because not everyone had a bad experience in childhood. Some people had really wonderful childhoods, and parents had great relationships, and they had a lot of support, and they felt very loved and nurtured in there as a child, right? So that's not everybody. Everybody isn't coming from a wounded place, but for those of us who are, like, it's, you can't just say, oh, I'm going to be different, or I want to be different, because those are learned behaviors. It's inside of you. So you have to sort of like deprogram yourself and retrain yourself to do better through practice, right? And through working through that. So if you don't, then you're going to bring it to the next all your relationships. Capricorn, is that ultimately what ended it? It kind of is giving that somebody expected the other person to just know what they're thinking, or just to how do I explain? I'm not going to communicate with you what's going on with me in my internal world. I just expect you to already know. I just expect you to know. You should know how I'm feeling. You should know what I'm thinking about this relationship and this connection, right? You should already know. Well, we're not mind readers. If you don't share and you don't speak and you don't talk about what's going on, and you avoid not confrontation, but the conversation, right? And you're holding so much back and inside, just because there's love there and there's familiarity or whatever is going on doesn't mean that means that we can read minds as human beings, right? So it kind of is giving a little bit of that, I do believe there was love there, but I believe that somebody wasn't letting somebody fully into their inner world enough. And there was an expectation of you should understand. And maybe that's also where this mind games and trickery came from. Maybe it wasn't intentional. I don't know. Someone may have had, ooh, interesting. I don't know if this is your person or if this was a father wound, but someone may have had a father that was a cheater, or they observed that in their childhood who cheated, maybe. Maybe was non-committal themselves. If this is your relationship, then this is opening up a whole other can of worms that maybe somebody in this connection was cheating. We don't want to go down that road right now, but okay, what do you need to learn from this? And then we'll look at their feelings, okay? There was just a whole bunch of people that came through in that, and I was like, okay. Leading with the Emperor energy, so Aries, but also, again, could be a father figure, a masculine, strong masculine energy. We had the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, which for me as a reader is if I get two queens like that and one's the Queen of Wands, usually it's another woman, and then I had 3 of Swords. So anyway, just to explain to you guys, sometimes I see all the stuff and I don't explain what I just read. I'm just reading. I'm flowing with the reading, okay? But then I'm like, oh, that might look weird to them. They don't know what was going on there. It was a lot, okay? All right, Capricorn. How what should you take from this, or what should you learn from that experience, Capricorn? Ooh, honey, don't deal with no cheaters. Don't deal with no jealous cheater, pumpkin eaters. Oh my gosh, there's the cheating energy again. So yeah, I don't know. Whoa, hi. Now you got 3 queens, and you do have the Queen of Wands in the middle of the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. You have Justice. You have the King of Wands in reverse. So there's a pattern here of somebody I feel going for, and it may not be intentional at all, but somebody who struggles with commitment or can't keep it in their pants, boo. I don't know how else to say it. They want to taste the rainbow. They want all the 32 flavors and then some, boo. That's not cool at all, man. That's not cool at all. And then on top of that, they have the nerve to be jealous themselves. Well, you know where that comes from sometimes. Sometimes the jealousy stems from a sense of like, well, I know I'm out here acting a fool, so you must be acting a fool too, right? Good Lord. God forbid you be the only one having fun, sir. Ma'am, sir, ma'am, excuse me, person. Yeah, boo. I'd say this pattern's got to end, man. It's time to let that go. Okay, whatever it is that you've been chasing when it comes to these non-committal, cheating, lying, jealous types. Maybe jealousy felt like love to you at one point. I don't know. I'm not trying to shrink you all here. I'm just reading the cards. But maybe that felt like love to you at one point. It can sometimes. It can be flattering. You feel like, oh, you're possessive. You like me. Yeah. No, but this can also be someone who may have anger issues or possessiveness whilst they are dilly-dallying, with Sari, Sally, Susie, Joe, and Jedediah. So we don't like that. Anyway, I feel like it's something for you to learn. I feel like you've definitely been through it, boo. I'm making light, not because I'm making fun of you in any way, shape, or form. Please. I've had some people take my very dry sense of humor, or me, which I'm often, when I feel heaviness, I try to make light of it, especially in these lives, right? And I've had some people misinterpret that as me being callous or uncaring, which is absolutely not the case whatsoever. But so just so you know and understand, if this is your situation that I'm reading, I have a lot of compassion for you. But I do think that you are wise now and you understand. And you have made a very strong judgment call to let that past go and that cycle of hurt and pain go and drop those swords and move forward. And so I think it's like now hopefully you recognize that pattern and you are never going to fall for the okie doke again, boo. Okay. So let's see how I don't think you care how they feel. I wouldn't. But let's see how they feel now. Again, I'm not making fun of anybody. It's just like, I wouldn't care. And I doubt you do either. But let's just for the lulls, let's just see how they feel about you in the situation now. Honestly, that person is like, I feel like the worst one we have seen so far on tonight. Okay. Because that's a king acting that way, or queen. Okay. Take it as it resonates. But that's a grown ass adult acting that way. That's not a child. And that's when I get irritated. I'm like, oh, okay, I see the immature energy. Okay. But no, that person knows better. All right. Capricorn. How do they feel about Capricorn now and the situation now? I had a feeling they would. So you may have this person blocked, and good for you if you do. I feel like you have shut the door on this person, but yet again, and it's always the worst offenders. It's always the worst offenders that have you living rent-free in their mind. Why is that? Why? Because that's what you're doing, boo. Capricorn, boo. You're living rent-free in their mind, and they do want the possibility to work on this. They would take that leap, except I think you may have blocked them or you're not speaking to them, but they're thinking about you. They're thinking about it. And they're like, if we could work it out, I would. But look at what they left in their wake. This bull cocky banana food shishi with the 10 of wands and the 5 of cups, boo. They left a lot of emotional baggage. They left a lot of regrets and a lot of sadness and a lot of hurts, feelings. They carry the responsibility and the weight and the burden of that. Okay. They do, not you. So but in their mind, they're like, I could go another go round. I could go another fool's journey with my Capricorn. I could do it if we can just work it out. And teamwork makes the dream work. Oh no, at least platonically, at least as friends, at least as something. Like, no, absolutely not. They just want you on their rotation. Say no. Just say no. All right, Capricorn, you do you, boo, and you get out there and get yourself a I don't know, a King of Pentacles. Get you a good Taurus or Virgo or something. Somebody solid and stable and dependable, not that King of Wands reverse. Okay, listen. All right, sending you love, because that was tough. All right, moving on to Aquarius now. If you want to book a personal, you can go to mytaropist.com, but we're going to go to Aquarius. My Lord, have mercy. Aquarius, how you doing, boo? They're gone. You wish them well. Okay, good. Just learning to love yourself and be a good person is so important. Yes. Sorry, Aquarius. I'm gonna have to start you over. I didn't read Darcy's. It was a learning experience. Yes. Enjoy the good. Learn from the sad. He had childhood trauma. You didn't. Okay, yeah. You're going to say he had an avoidant personality. Okay. Lifelong of pulling people in, then shoving them away. You feel sad for him. Actually, will he ever find true joy? Well, I always wish them well, and some, I thankfully I there's only a couple of exes that I have that I'm like, I just really hope I genuinely hope I never see you again in my life or talk to you again. I wish you well, but please stay far away from me. Thankfully, most of the people that I've dated, I'm either still on good terms with them, or I hope I see them again because I want to see how they're doing. But yeah, there are a couple where I'm just like, so glad you're not my problem anymore. Mostly some earlier relationships, but we live and we learn. We get better, hopefully. Hopefully he will too. All right. Yeah, your type isn't a-hole anymore. I feel you. All right, Aquarius, they're gonna get you going now for real. Okay, Aquarius. Hey, boo. How you doing? All right, so this is for you, friends. Let's take a look at that past relationship. What happened, especially if you're scratching your head about it still. What you can learn from it, and then also the person, your ex's feelings now. Like, how are they feeling about you in the situation now? So we can get clarity and closure and move on to the next one. All right, let's go. Thank you. Next, Aquarius. Aquarius, Aquarius. Okay, what happened? First of all, what happened in that past relationship? Ooh. Oh, wow. Well, I see why you felt that you were destined to be together. You have Aquarius energy, first of all, the star. And then you have, excuse me, thank you, Darcy, boo. You have a perfect pair, but the problem is this: one of you is showing up in reverse, and one of you is in the upright. So Queen of Wands upright, King of Wands reverse. Doesn't really matter about the gender, okay? You have Temperance on the bottom, Sagittarius energy, 10 of Pentacles. You may have been working towards long-term goals together, like you had some long-term plans. You were both contributing to those dreams. Like you were both emotionally connected to this future that you had together. You were both giving into this each other, filling each other's cup in this relationship, taking your time. And with the star energy, felt very much like this is divinely guided. We both have the same dream and visions and goals, like, and same purpose. Like, this is a relationship that's giving, like, I don't know if you guys, also because you're showing up as King and Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy again, Sagittarius energy with the Temperance, and again Aquarius energy here. So maybe it was a Saggy, doesn't have to be, or they had that in their chart. But the important thing is, it kind of feels like you were very much in alignment when it came to your purpose, your values, your goals, the future that you envisioned for yourselves, right? So there was very much alignment there. And given that it's looking like you're a perfect pair, or at least, there was attraction, there was passion there. Again, but being that it's the wand energy, it's leaning for me more heavily into we're both goal oriented and we have the same goal and vision in mind, right? And we're taking our time to get there, right? We have a purpose and a greater calling beyond our connection, right? So there's something there that probably was like really beautiful initially and really drew you in towards each other. Given though, however, that one person here is showing up in the reverse, it's making me question if you were as in alignment as you thought you were. Maybe again, this greater purpose and calling or your goals were like aligned, yes, and that was shared. But maybe when it came to your personal drive or the way you approached and went after these things, maybe that differed. King of Wands in reverse, he can be, someone who's kind of domineering. He can be someone, both King Queen Wands in reverse to me is like showing jealous energy, is showing always in a reverse to me. It's like, what's the shadow side of that sign, right? So the unhealed version of that sign. So if it was like a Sagittarius, for example, on the shadow side of Sagittarius, they can be, kind of non-committal. They can be like someone, I've said this about Saggy before, and again, don't kill me, Saggy. I have a Saggy moon. They can be very distracted, like squirrel, like what's the next shiny thing? Let me go chase that. They can be someone who lacks the ability to like really set down roots. So if that was something you had plans, like we want this future, we want to set down roots, we want to really invest in something here together, right? We want to build something together. A Sagittarius and who's unhealed or is in their shadow self may be like, no, I just want to explore the world and go adventure. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, if you've committed to somebody and you've committed to this goal and this purpose, and then you bail without seeing it through, then that's a problem, right? Or trouble staying focused, right? Or we talked about in the Capricorn reading, maybe jealousy issues, control issues. Hey, Annika, it's your first time here. Welcome. Hey, Greg. How you doing? Ooh, that sounds good. I'm hungry. So what's up with this King of Wands in reverse? What exactly really happened here? Where did this go wrong exactly? And I feel like it has to do with that King of Wands in reverse. Keep feeling like we're on Sagittarius, but we are on Aquarius. Again, could have someone that's a Saggy here. Ooh. This person maybe wasn't totally honest with you, man. There's a couple of things here. So one is, and I felt this, and I'm just going to say it because it's going to resonate with somebody. This won't be for everybody, but sometimes I look at any wand in reverse as also having an element of a loss of attraction. And to clarify that King of Wands came the Page of Pentacles. So there's a couple things here. One, it could be that someone lost their passion for the connection. and maybe it started to go into like friend zone territory, like after some time together, or maybe even out of the gate. Maybe it was like certain things aligned and one person was attracted and really into it, but the other person may have been like, well, I really see this great as a friendship. I'm not like super sexually into you or like super physically into you, but I really value the friendship and what we're building here, so I'm going to see it as far as I can. So there could have been that, and I know that's a really harsh and hard pill to swallow, I should say, but that kind of can be what that's indicative of for me as a reader. I'm also getting with that, and this is super specific, but with the wand energy with like a page of pentacles, it could be that someone was impotent or couldn't have children, didn't have the ability to have children, or decided they didn't want them. And maybe that was part of what the shared goal was at one point, and someone changed their mind. The other energy around this is, again, a lack of investment. So maybe they promised the sun, moon, and stars, but they weren't entirely honest about that. Maybe they didn't really have, they thought that all the elements were there to make this work, but they really weren't. Okay. So it could have been someone sort of deluded themselves into feeling like we have everything that it takes to build this future together, or somebody was dishonest about having everything that it takes to build this future together, right? There's an energy of deception, of maybe manipulation. So maybe someone really wanted something from the other and stayed in it for that to get whatever benefit they could out of it. Now, if somebody here had money and the other one didn't, this definitely could be that kind of a situation where they were in it for the perks. You know what I'm saying, boo? I also have that someone could have at some point done some soul searching and gotten really clear and realized maybe this isn't entirely what they wanted. Anything else on what happened here? Sorry, there's a few different scenarios here, but I kind of get a little bit of like someone pulled the wool over somebody's eyes in this situation. Anything else about why this ended before we go to what you need to know? King of Swords reverse. I don't know. I feel like somebody wasn't honest, man. That's a couple. That's like 3 times we're kind of getting there's an energy of deception. It also could very well be too, boo, that somebody wasn't over an ex with that King of Swords reverse, the Nine of Wands. Like they weren't totally over an ex, or that they were still angry and holding or harboring some sort of anger or resentment about something that never really got repaired. And it, caused this energy of distrust. I hope this is resonating for y'all, Aquariuses, because this one is a weird one. Very weird, very weird. What do you need to learn from this past experience with this past person? And then we're going to see what their feelings are right now. A full spectrum light. Oh, this over here. It used to look better the way I had it set up before, because I have this other light that's kind of washes it out, but it changes. It's LED. It's an LED light, and it changes colors. I have it on. Is it LED or RGB? Whatever. Anyway, I have it on blue right now, but I can change it to other colors, or it can like move and do stuff, or do rainbow colors and stuff like that. All right. What do you need to learn from this, Aquarius? Move on, boo. Move on to the next one. You hop in that chariot, boo, and you go after whatever the goal was that you got, because it does look very much like You also may have new love coming your way, friend, just so you know. Maybe more than one option. So keep your head up, my boo. All right. But I do feel like whatever this shared goal or dream or vision was that you at one point had with this person, your ex, this past person, you keep going after it. Don't let them slow you down or stop you from going after your goals, going after your dreams. You're really clear already and very focused on what it is that you want. So they're no longer investing in it, they're no longer contributing to it. It's saying you already know what you want, so just go after it. Get in that chariot, grab those reins, and you go after it. You invest in it. You do what it takes to make it happen. Okay. You take the initiative. You don't need necessarily that other person to do what it is that you wanted to do. Maybe you think you do, but you don't. I know it sucks when you thought you were on the same page and then you realize, like, no, they were just another, lost opportunity. And you thought you had that partnership and that shared dream and heart for whatever, it was that you were trying to move towards or work towards together. I know that hurts, but I feel like there is somebody else that's going to come through that's going to at least help, fill that emotional void there that they left in their absence. But in the meantime, in between time, it's like, don't wait for the right partner to go after what it is that you want. You want to travel, go do it yourself. Go solo dolo. I solo travel, You want to go move to that other country, go do it. I did that too. Let me think of something I didn't do, whatever. Like, you want to build that eco village in Vietnam, go do it, whatever. I don't know. You want that, you want to go have that kid, go do it. I have a friend, for my ladies out there. Well, I had a friend, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Who really wanted to have kids. It was like her dream to have kids. And I know in an ideal world, she really wanted to do that with a partner, but it wasn't happening on the love front. And she got to a place in her life where she was like, listen, it's either now or never. Like, I want this now. I no longer want to wait for a person to do this with. And she went through IVF on her own and she got pregnant and she had her baby. So I don't feel like, I know it's great to have a partner and be partnered. I don't think we're meant to live life and do life completely alone. But I also feel like, don't let that stop you from doing what it is that you want to do and going after your goals and your dreams. And that's the lesson here for you, Aquarius. Okay. You don't have to wait for that person or that partner to do it. You got it. You already know what you want. You got the gumption, you got the drive, you got the initiative, you got the tools, then do it. Do it. All right. And how are they feeling about you now? Aquarius. And the situation. How they feel about you and the situation now, Aquarius. You guys, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Come on in, join the channel. Hit that thumbs up, please. Thank you very much. Share my channel and videos with your tarot loving friends. Thank you. Let's see if we can get to 5K by the end of summer. Who knows? You never know. All right, Aquarius. It doesn't matter to me that much, but it would be funny if it did happen. All right. AQUARIUS, Aquarius. How do they feel about you now, Aquarius? Oof. Oof. Ooh, this person is ice cold, man. They are cold as ice, bro. Wow, the nerve. The absolute nerve. I'm sorry, but so we have the King of Swords and the Four of Cups. Yeah, they're cold. There's no warmth there. There's no compassion. There's no love there, boo. I hate to say that. What a jerk, man. they've detached from this completely on an emotional level. For a lot of you, they've gone quiet, they've gone silent. I'm not saying that they don't think about it or think about you, because they wouldn't be probably in that sword energy if they weren't thinking, at least. But when it comes to emotionally, they're completely detached right now. Anything else on that? Yes, it is an LED light with RGB colors. Thank you. Thanks, Greg. Anything else on this? Person could have air in their chart. We had strong fire and Sagittarius energy at the beginning, but now we're getting a lot of sword energy. And also Gemini came in a couple of times, and Aquarius. Now they're showing up again. So, yeah, they also may be keeping tabs on you, boo. Page of Swords. They may be like not talking, but trying to figure out what you're doing now, what's going on with you. So whether they're following you or watching your actions online, or they're talking to other people, mutual friends, family, whatever, or they're like literally researching you if you have some other kind of online presence like a website or something like that. There's some energy here of them like being very curious about you and wanting to figure out what's going on, but at the same time not engaging and not and definitely being emotionally detached. So sorry to say, this is another one bites the dust, and another one we don't want to deal with anymore at all. So yeah, but you know what, boo? I feel like you're going to move on and you're healing from this. I think there's more like frustration on your end. I get more frustration than hurt feelings. And I feel like you're so in tune with like your purpose and your goals and your healing journey. And you've got so many like healing tools, I think, in your tool belts. You got all the tricks up your sleeve. Like, you know what to do in order to cleanse yourself of this and free yourself from this connection. Whatever the entanglement was or any frustration that may still be lingering, I feel like you already know what it takes to heal and move on, and maybe you already have, but I also say you also have the tools and the vision and the dream. You are Aquarius, so you are the visionary to make your dreams happen and make them a reality without this individual. Okay. So we're going to move on to Pisces, last but not least. Okay, Pisces. And I will check the PayPal. Thank you, Aquarius. You guys, again, don't forget to hit the thumbs and all the good stuff. So I will check PayPal after this. If there isn't anything coming through for the questions on tonight, then we'll call it a night, because I will be back on Thursday with another all signs. And this one will be your next soulmate connection on Thursday. And then Friday, I'm going to do just like a quick energy check for the weekend. So it'll be the format where I do the quick collective to get the collective energy, and then the one card intuitive read for each sign going through Aries to Pisces. That's going to be Friday. Tomorrow, if you want to hear my voice and have me actually talk to you, I'll be on Hipsy. I don't know what time yet. I'll figure that out and I'll let you guys know. Also follow on Instagram, because I will be posting it on there too in the stories. So I'll be giving a little go at Hipsy, maybe jumping on there for a couple hours tomorrow if anyone wants to do a one-on-one. And the other thing is, yeah, if you want to book a reading, go to mytaropist.com. Yay. All right. All my announcements. Let's get it. Newbie me, maybe. I don't know. There's some people, Greg, that were on here, or are on here, or were on here that are working. And so they've been like just listening while they work and not in the chat as much. So Newbie Me, I think the last I heard from Newbie Me was when I went to take a break to give Bo his medicine. So maybe she jumped when I took that break to take the trash out and do the medicine and all that. But I'm sorry. Siva's here. All right, Pisces, I need to start your timestamp over. Okay, Pisces people, sorry. Okay. Pisces, 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 my fishy friends. Swimmy, swim. Get your fins out, boo. All right, Pisces. What happened in this last relationship? What do you need to learn from it? And what are their feelings now? Pisces. First of all, what had happened with you and this person? Somebody walked away, went skedaddling. What the heck? Kudo? Sorry for that yawn, Pisces, but I feel like somebody here may be addicted to the next shiny new thing. Do you know what I'm saying? You may have had somebody here who was not entirely honest with you. That is present. So let me show you the cards, right? So we've got 8 of Cups. We have the Sun. We have the Devil. Lots of major arcana. So this may have been a very significant learning lesson for you. So I'm curious to see what your learning lessons are. But you have Leo energy and you have Capricorn energy here, if that means something to you. And so, yeah, this is very much giving an energy of somebody who either maybe did struggle with addiction issues. And for some of you, that could have been it. And this is definitely going to be the rarer collective, but it happens. Like somebody maybe fell off the wagon after they were trying to, do the right thing, So that could have been a factor here involved in this. But what's interesting is the Devil, yes, it's a lot of things. Okay. It can be an unhealthy sort of soul tie with someone. It could be an energy of like temptation. It's sort of the shadow side of the Lovers. If you ever look at most decks, not all decks, but I think particularly in the Rider-Waite tarot deck, you see there's like the Lovers and the Devil looks the same. You have the two people, right? And the Lovers is about making this decision, this choice. And the Devil is like feeling like the choice is not yours to make, right? Like you're under this coercion or you're under this sort of spell or this persuasion, you're under this influence, really. And so it's almost, and if you look at it from like a love standpoint, you've got the Lovers, which we tend to look at as more of like a healthy connection. There's so much layers and layers and layers, but just sharing some aspects of the card's meanings. And then the Devil, we look at as like an unhealthy connection, right? And so the Devil also can be this energy of dishonesty and deception, right? And the Sun energy is this energy of clarity, of truth, of things coming to light. So you've got this juxtaposition here where you've got this like, energy deception, and then this energy of clarity and truth coming to light. So what could have happened is that there was some kind of a truth that came to light or something that was revealed, Tower energy here. Someone may have intuitively been picking up on an injustice in this connection, an imbalance in this connection. Imbalance can be a lot of different things. So, but, it feels like something came to light here. Something was revealed. Maybe somebody's dark side was revealed or their shadow self that hadn't been fully integrated and they weren't, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But whatever happened, it caused this 8 of Cups. So somebody did walk away from this connection. Someone abandoned the connection. Someone abandoned ship. I heard like abandoned ship. So tell me a little bit more about the Devil. I feel like whatever happened though, it's giving this like this was a rude awakening. Wow. I thought you were really committed and into this. I thought you were really doing the right thing. I thought you were this really honest stand-up sort of person. I thought we were both like equally giving to this connection. I thought you were really like invested. Like whatever the thing is that blew up, it could have been any of those things I named because of the cards that I saw, but like whatever was a blew up, I feel like it was like, whoa, that was a massive slap in the face. I feel totally betrayed. I feel like totally like I was duped or whatever. Everything that I thought that we had built here, it just came crashing down. So I really, I'm not taking this lightly because the energy is really intense, honestly. So tell me more about this devil energy. What was that really about for Pisces? You keep showing up. High Priestess keeps showing up. So Pisces, you be knowing things. Like it may have come as like this slap in the face or like cold water splash on your face, but don't play with me. You be knowing things. You already, I feel like you intuitively, because this High Priestess was before that tower. It's like you kind of, I think your intuition was telling you something. And I would venture to guess that one of the things you learned from this is you learned how to trust that intuition a little bit more better. Boo-boo. Okay. As you should, because you are Pisces. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node don't matter. You are deeply intuitive. So 4 Wands. Yeah. Again, I feel like it's like somebody here I thought we were on the same page. I thought that we were both in this. I thought that we were, moving towards sort of similar to Aquarius, very different though energetically, but in the sense of like we were on the same page. I thought we were both working towards this. I thought we were both equally giving towards this. I thought we both wanted the same thing. I thought, I was really happy. I thought I was happy. I thought we were happy. So it really kind of is giving that like I thought we were happy. I thought we were both in this and what? Somebody was keeping, I feel like, some secrets here. Secrets may have been that they were like flirting with or talking to other people. I don't know if they were outright cheating. It may not be that entirely, but I got now a bunch of people showing up. Someone was very immature here. And I'm going to say this again. This is not going to be everybody's story, but I do feel a little bit like there's at least one of you Pisces people out there where you were dealing with a situation where somebody was, what was it that I said earlier? Somebody had addiction issues and they were secretly doing something, a behavior or indulging in something that they said that they had stopped doing. You know what I mean? So for example, it's like, yeah, I had my 4 years sober or whatever, and I hit that mark, but secretly they're like on the low going around like having drinks with their colleagues after work or something like that. I'm just, as an example, maybe somebody here, I feel like somebody here sensed something was amiss, whatever it was that was going on that was amiss, right? But yeah, boo. I'm sorry about that. But somebody made the right call to walk away from this. Maybe someone in the past had been a cheater and they're like, I don't do that anymore. I'm totally committed to you. But then they went and got into some tomfoolery, So yeah, somebody here, it's like they were hiding something. They were not totally honest. They were kind of hiding something. And then it's like it all came to light in this sort of tower moment. Oh Lord, what can you learn from this, Pisces? Man, oh man, oh man. See, I hope that Mr. Steve is out there watching because I'm doing this for him. I don't like doing this reading because it's always like this. You know what I mean? It's always some bullcocky banana foo-foo shishi, and I gotta tap into this energy for what? Listen, y'all, Joss is gonna try to go cleanse herself in, the Atlantic Ocean tomorrow. But if it helps y'all move on and get closure and clarity, then I'm doing my job. See, Nibby me still here. Okay. Pisces people, man, what do you need to learn from this, y'all? Hit the thumbs up, please. Thank you. Subscribe up to this channel. Dang it. We've been here for 6 years. Give us some love. Give us a follower and a holler. Love you guys. Listen. Linda, Larry, Lester, and Linda Lulu too. All right, let's go. Pisces people, what do you need to learn from this? And then we'll see what their feelings are. I'm curious to know what this one's feelings are for real, though. Pisces, what you need to learn is, for one thing, maybe don't get too caught up and move too fast, for one thing. Or open your heart up too much, too quickly, too fast, too quickly. But another thing I'm getting is like, don't let whatever this person is, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, I have fixed energy, Taurus again. What do we have before? Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could have been any sign, honestly. I think I also had some air in there. So any sign, it could be really, truly boo. But what I'm getting that you to learn from your past is to not allow whatever person hurt you or rejected you. Just because one person rejected you does not mean that that is who you are. It doesn't define you or your future relationships, right? Rejection is not something that you should internalize. It's not your identity. I feel like you've completed a journey and a cycle when it comes to your love life with the world here, which is great because that means everything that you needed to learn from that experience or even other past experiences when it comes to your love life, you've learned those lessons. You're done. You're not destined to repeat the past. So therefore, do not carry the past forward with you. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever cycle or pattern that you had in your relationships that was negative is done. Is done. Okay? So don't take the woundedness with you as you move on and move forward. How do they feel about you now? How does this person feel about you now? You're worthy. You are not less than. And there is somebody that will commit to you fully and completely in the way that you want them to or need them to. Okay. But don't bring the past with you to the future. That cycle's complete. It's done. You've done the thing. You've done the dang thing. Well, how does this person feel about you now? I'm sorry for yawning, you guys. Good Lord. Okay. Oh, they're very guarded when it comes to you. That's interesting. That's weird. They have their guard up. They've set some kind of boundary with you, but you know why I think it is? Because I think that they're actually deeply attracted to you still. You still look good to them. They're very attracted to you. 6 of Wands, to the 7 of Wands. But they're like, oh no, I can't go there. It's too hot. Don't touch. So they have their guard up. They have their wall up. They're trying to set a boundary there. You know what is so crazy? They really did have a lot of love for you. King and Queen of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Like they really did really, really deeply like love you and care about you. And I think that there's a part of them that like would reunite with you, 3 Cups, but they know that. And that's why they're guarded. Because again, it's giving that like, oh, this fire is hot. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. It's too tempting. And you did have the devil there, so there is that strong pull that you may still have towards each other. The devil energy is hard to, shake. You have to be really intentional about that when it comes to like a love connection, right? So there's something there where they're like, I'm putting my wall up, I'm guarded, I'm trying to not be tempted, because wow, there was a lot of love there, man. And it was mutual, and you were happy at one point. This person, I'm sorry to say, but I don't know who needs this, but listen, this was a soulmate connection for you. But for you, boo, please take it in this regard. This is a soulmate connection, so you could complete that world, like the fool's journey. Like you can complete that cycle when it comes to your love life. So you can learn the lessons, integrate the lessons, and move forward and not carry this kind of stuff into the next relationship. That's why it was a soulmate connection. Soulmates are in our life for a season and a reason. Doesn't mean they need to stay, because they did hurt you, right? But you had the lovers, you had the Five of Pentacles, there it is again, and then the Page of Cups. So I feel like this person is well aware that they owe you some kind of an apology. And again, I feel like they would try to reunite with you. That would be their ideal wish, but I also get that there's a bit of stubborn energy there too. The Emperor, the Nine of Cups, there may be a little bit of selfishness there too. I do not trust, if you are that person that was dealing with somebody who has addiction issues, I don't trust that they're not still indulging in that. But yeah, right now they're guarded. What you do with that what you will, but I told you the tea, okay? I gave you the tea. Do with it what you will, my Pisces people, my fishy friends, but you know that my fishy friends are no guppies. They're sharks, baby. All right. Anyways, love you guys. And that is it for this one, man. These went really deep and long and were intense. So I hope that you guys please help me out with this by sharing, by liking, by subscribing, by commenting underneath. I will respond. Hyping, please. This is not a topic that tends to do quite as well, so show some love, as much love as you can. But I did this for a subscriber because I promised y'all that I would fulfill requests. But we're going to do your next soulmate connection on the next one on Thursday. Tomorrow, again, I'll be on Hipsy for a bit. I'll be sharing that in my Instagram stories and possibly on here as well. And then what else? But if you're on Hipsy and you guys have connected with me on there, or purchased a reading through me on there, I will be I'll send out a notification for the Hipsy people too. But yeah, this was fun. I mean, I'm glad we did this. I hope it gave you guys some clarity and some closure. Let me check out before I totally hop off. I'm going to do my due diligence and see if anything came through on PayPal for questions. If you guys do want, now's the time. Speak now or forever hold your peace on the questions. I'm taking 3 on this. I will be taking them on Thursday and Friday and Sunday as well too. If you guys want to wait, or if you want a private reading with me, I do have private readings available on mytaropist.com. Okay. If you just want a quick 1 question reading where I go more in depth, kind of like tonight, but even a little bit more, believe it or not, even more, then that would be the quick insight. And then if you want to do like a full you versus them spread, or you have multiple questions, the clarity reading is great for that. And then also the My Therapist reset session, that is us, you and me, Zoom one-on-one. Okay. So those are the options that are available on that. You got timestamps? Thank you, Siva. My nose is still itching. Thank you, Gregsters. The tarot marathons are epic. Yeah, I made myself a promise when I come back to YouTube. I'm not gonna be on for these 3.5 hours, 4 hours, and here I am. Yes, I'm doing Hipsy calls, taking calls on Hipsy tomorrow. I don't know what time yet, boo. I'm gonna try to figure out what's the best time to come on in the morning, my morning. It'll be before y'all wake up when I'll figure it out. So, but I'll send out if you're on if you have gotten anything from me on Hipsy before, then I will send out notification. I'll be on there. I'll be on there for a couple hours if anyone wants to call. And then Thursday is going to be all signs, your next soulmate connection. Friday is going to be like quick weekend energy check. We haven't done that for a couple weeks, so I'll do that. And that's going to be like the collective message and then the one card, like quick energy, intuitive hits for each sign. And yeah, it's a call because I don't do texting well. I'm not good with texting and it'll take longer. So I do on Hipsy, I only do calls. And I haven't done it. I haven't been on there for a while. So the Sunday is going to be the one question readings live. And for that one, it's not only going to be, I'll have all my options available from one question, oracle only, Kipper spread, a question and an oracle card, and 2 questions. So you'll have all the options on Sunday. Hipsy is like on Hipsy platform only. And I'm like on the phone. So we're chatting with each other. You can ask me tarot questions. You can ask me other questions, whatever. It's not phone sex though, Greg. There's no phone sex. It's not that kind of platform. Just kidding. All right, y'all. I have a mosquito bite. Sorry, I'm like on my bicep and it's bugging me. All right, y'all. Sending you guys so much love. All right, beijinhos, abrazos. And I'm gonna go eat dinner now. Finally, I guess at whatever time it is, late 10:20, and decompress. Cleanse, decompress, and I'll see you guys again really soon. Check the post I posted about the schedule for the week. It's all on the post on my channel. Darcy Boo, thank you for all the cute little sparkles and fun stuff you sent me today. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, Siva. I really appreciate your time. And don't forget to email me, Siva, so I can get you a private little one question reading for y'all, boo. Also, you too, newbie me. What the heck? Yes, you also email me because I said I promise you, and I keep my promise. So if you email me, I will deliver. I'll deliver. All right. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Lots of love. Bye, everyone.